10 sets of wasting husband's money. What the hell is my teacher on about? Freshmen, do not get comfortable when you're so poor in real life that even shadow rendering is set to low. Can a robot think 67 is funny? Can a robot praise Daniel for wearing white Vans? 90s/2000s songs on auto shuffle? I told my barber I'm moving this week and he looked at me like this. You just lost out on unconditional love. Tell him he can come with you. You can be a country mouse. She called me around 4 a.m. just to say, I love you. She felt guilty for cheating. This meal prep is easy. I personally feel attacked just by looking at this. What do women and jellyfish have in common? I've never spoken to one and I'm scared of being hurt by them. Downloading 135 megabytes out of 2.43. Sonic Adventure 2? What the hell? A dating app that matches people by the conspiracy theories they are interested in. Sounds like a fed honeypot. That will be one of the categories. That one homie who is available 24/7 and replies within minutes. My future kids when they inherit my Steam account with my shiny pixel gun collection. It's all gone. Every exercise is a lower back exercise if you do it wrong enough. He's so precious. How does he even manage to surf while asleep? Bro, how did that even cross your mind? I don't think I've ever seen anything as brutal as this. A reminder that tapping your credit card is spiritually passive/feminine, and that men should pay via confident and penetrative thrust into the chip reader. Chip malfunction. I swear this never happens. When you're on hour 5 of lying in bed with your eyes closed, but you still haven't fallen asleep, so you genuinely start to tweak. Me, every time the automatic Febreze thing goes off. There's no reason it should be as aggressive as this. Gen Z women are deliberately dating ugly men. Could Shrekking cure dating fatigue? This is just women dating men equally as attractive as them, but not admitting to themselves that they're ugly. Never partying in Texas again. I need the club name because that's precisely what I want the club to look like. Wow, what an incredibly stressful day. I think I will unwind by holding a small screen 2 inches from my face that beams endless streams of horrific news. Sorry kitten, but it stays on. My favorite thing about Europe is this is actually useful armor. Still, while in the US we just shoot each other like civilized people, we'll be 4 horsemen deep into the apocalypse and still going to work. Boss, why were you late? A lake of fire swallowed the freeway. I feel like you're not considering how this affects the team. The scammers are evolving. No reply at Microsoft. Okay, I would have fallen for this. Oh, it's an R. Not gonna lie, on a Monday like this, they would have got. What do you mean on a Monday? On any day of the week, they would have got you. My friend's kids. Do you know what 6'7" means? No. You're so old. Do you know what 69 means? No. Loser. I'll just rest my eyes. Is the biggest lie. You're going straight to snork. Me. Guys, my boss found me on Grindr. George, did you respond? Yeah, I'm at his place right now. When you finally realized it was just a lie all this time, the snail was going towards you because it wanted to die. You helped it achieve its final wish. I said, I love you, monkey, and she turned around like this, and I almost bursted into tears. Instead of an escape room, someone should open a heist room, where you and the boys do a heist, rob a bank or casino, then get chased by pretend cops. You can experience the thrill of a heist without the fear of incarceration. What if we broke into your house? What would you do? When the day kicked your ass so much, you drive the speed limit home in silence. In 2005, it was considered normal for an American dad to have a jaw like this. The testosterone crisis is 100 times worse than you think. Scientists' accidental discovery makes coral grow 40 times faster. It typically takes coral 25 to 75 years to reach sexual maturity. With a new coral fragmentation method, it takes just 3. The scan of a 40-year-old Frenchman revealed he was missing 90% of his brain, yet was still living a fully functional life. Makes sense. Check the rest of them. McDonald's Japan is finally abandoning its unpopular paper straws, replacing them with lids that diners can drink from directly. A 9-year-old wrote a study for a school project, and we all ended up drinking glue for over a decade. Your boyfriend not wanting you to go to the club with your single friends in lingerie isn't controlling, but that's a conversation you guys aren't ready for. Fascinating Oil Paintings by Philip Barlow. For everyone who asks what it's like when I don't have my contacts in or glasses on, me using a whisk. Yeah! Yes! Me having to wash a whisk. Well, this sucks. What the hell? How the fat homie be moving to defend his chest from the scoop? The group of girls making a TikTok on the middle of the street, turning around to see my 50-ton truck barreling towards them. Horror movie families when they hear a family of 5 got murdered, but the house has got 3 bathrooms. This is the perfect place to bring our children up. Construction workers somehow spawning cranes out of thin air without anyone noticing. You know what I realized about AI images in your marketing? It sends out the iMessage that you've got no budget. It's the digital equivalent of wearing an obviously fake Chanel bag. Your whole brand immediately appears feeble and impoverished. You can't even afford a graphic designer, when the lyrics you've been mishearing are more clever than what's actually in the song. I pushed you away because I needed you to pull me close. People will be like, no means no, then post something like this. Everyone I do the deed with dies within a month. You busy this weekend? I would not mind dying this way. My wife hooked me up tonight. POV, you're a zoo penguin about to be put down. I've seen quiet toilets. I know we have the technology. How did you see them if they were quiet? Are you perhaps a bat? I finally learned how to use my air fryer. Curious as to what air means to you. Sweet mother of pearl. Is that his mum or his sister? So are we going to ignore the fact NASA's potentially discovered that our universe is inside a black hole? Or what am I supposed to do, Angie? I can barely afford my rent. That's why I think if aliens came down, people wouldn't really be bothered after a few weeks. Because like, wow, there's aliens in the universe. Am I surprised? Not really. Am I surprised that we found that out though? Like, yeah. Every time we play a board game, she just runs over and steals our dice. There's a chip in my brain that tells me exactly when my wife is taking her shirt off, so I can whip my head around and look. There have been times I've woken up from sleep because I sensed my wife was taking her shirt off. Hey man, you okay if I draw a few holes at 10 AM tomorrow? Don't want to wake up your baby. A child must not be an obstacle. Thanks, is that a yes? Proceed. You should wake up and automatically be restored to full health. That's how sleeping should work. What is this? Waking up with a sore neck? Where are my goddamn spell slots? It's the order of mankind's accomplishments that fascinates me. In 1969, we put men on the moon. In 1970, we put wheels on luggage. My 267-pound uncle showing up to my gender reveal party, completely butt naked and drunk. Dear hanging out. Quick snack. Went to cancel a streaming service that was $10.99 a month, and they were like, okay, you got us, how about $2.99? Going to spend tomorrow, cancel threatening every service in my life. God, having a cat is so fun. It feels like I'm being haunted by a sweater. It's fine if people don't like you. You only need to be concerned when animals don't like you. Then it's time for some reflection. Yep, me, when I realized the funny video I just liked was nothing but AI generated slop. How I look at my friend, waiting for them to realize that something's missing. I took it. Size reference for Beans. He is approximately 1 desert eagle big. My mum works in a vet clinic. The local cat is checking the patient how to unwrinkle nutsack. You can try a steamer or iron to remove wrinkles. Don't try those, guys. I'll finally be able to steal enough money to pay off my student loans. Bro, the struggle was real even for cartoon supervillain ducks from the 1990s. How to hide 1 kilogram of salt without getting caught while traveling. ChatGPT knows what you're doing. Steve Harvey breaking down in tears when he realizes the plasma grenade on his knee cannot be disarmed. Chicken nuggets and tater tots slow roasted in my oven for 8 hours while I'm passed out drunk in the other room. You're lucky you didn't cause a fire. The worst mistake I did, it wasn't leaving the oven on, it was leaving the bath on. And my god, did I nearly ruin a whole upstairs bathroom. Teach your sons that cooking and cleaning are basic life skills, not gender roles. Teach your daughters mowing the lawn, taking out the trash, basic house maintenance, and so on are basic life skills, not gender roles. I'll make the food if you can do the garden. I'm gonna make sure the garden's huge. I'm just gonna get a forest. I don't deserve any flavor. I'm a fat, obese idiot. I must change. Dog licked my fresh tattoo. Am I at risk of getting an infection? Your dog looks sorry. Guys always talking about it's the principal. I don't give a damn if it was the lunch lady. Man, no one has ever shot that shot like this before. Not gonna lie, I super liked you because you looked a lot like my Sims wife and I figured it was fate. That's fate, definitely fate. And you need to riz them like how you would riz in The Sims. Instantly ask them out on a date. I like you. William Defoe, photographed by Gavin Bond for The Observer. William, you have to stop. You smoke too tough. Your swag too different. Your witch is too bad. They'll kill you. Throwback to that iconic moment in 2018 when a David Schwimmer doppelganger robbed a store in Blackpool and Schwimmer responded in the best way possible. I had an interview today and my belly rumbled. The lady goes, missed lunch? I told her, no, I'm hungry for success. And you didn't get the job. Still thinking about the food at my cousin's wedding. They were just cleaning out their fridge. What was the theme? Yard sale? They're serving divorce. Dudes will have the worst day of their lives and just keep sending memes to the homies like nothing happened. A job application we just received. Tell us about a positive and a negative about yourself. I show up on time. One time I saw a coworker microwave fish in the office kitchen and did nothing to stop it. It's cool how the government told us raising the minimum wage would make a burger be $20 and now a burger is $20, but minimum wage is the same. What is a lost art? I really miss those days when people used to write write long paragraphs for your birthday and waited until 12 trying to be the first one to send to you. I heard of a guy who was fired from a company and had a grudge, so he wrote fake Glassdoor reviews that were unrealistically positive. Overly high salaries, absurd benefits, fancy perks. They had trouble hiring for years because candidates thought they were being lowballed. AI is now built in. Every Windows 11 PC is now an AI PC, with Copilot at the center of it all. 2-sentence horror. I bought a $1,200 ultra-wide monitor. What the hell is this? Should have bought an ultra-wide game too. What's the most boomer complaint you have? Stop making accounts. A light bulb that changes colors shouldn't require an account. A TV speaker shouldn't require an account. Yeah, but they just want to sell your information. We know they don't need accounts.
But oh, you can save your presets on a light bulb. Wow.
Once you stop watching anime, it's almost impossible to get back into it. They're not making good anime like they used to. Like, no way Japan thinks my classmate's aunt's teacher's feet smell delectable is going to do numbers. I got apparently called into a meeting with HR today because apparently telling my co-worker that I knew he was a C-section baby by the way he avoids labor is not acceptable in the workplace. When I moved so many times that I meet exact replicas of people I've met, this date is about to go horribly. Okay, I'm heading to you now. I'll let you know when I'm there. Would you still be screaming if the cartel leader's thick daughter walked in mid-torture, or play it cool? Hey, will someone message me if you have Facebook? I need a bunch of you to lowball this lady on Facebook Marketplace to make my lowball offer look the best. This worked, by the way. Thanks for all of those involved. It got to 1K. That's crazy. Is that an ironing board? Who's paying 13K for an ironing board? I don't even care if that's a table. Like, they wanted 13K for a bloody table. Rare mahogany, so it's a type of wood. Maybe you could resell the wood and make even more money. Bodybuilding update. Almost done building him. Week 38. Everything is $15. It used to be 10, but we skipped 12 and went straight to 15. It isn't right. My buddy lost his job to AI. It was his job to chug thousands of gallons of water at a data center. I'd like to see the Nintendo Switch do this. This is going to crash into any building made after 2008. I only say I love you to family, lifelong friends, dogs that I met 3.5 seconds ago. Honestly, I could see you becoming an AI bro. I doubt you will, but the vibes are there. Just tell me to end it like other hate comments do, man. I like those more than this. When you're bad at making decisions and someone says, it's up to you. Damn girl, are you a hardcore band because you have a lot of breakdowns? You transform from a bear back to human form. But I'm an elf. Then something went terribly wrong. A stray cat walked into a classroom in 1952 and attended school for the next 16 years. Einstein's hair was never laid. Alucard, when another Belmont is in danger. I don't want to party like it's 1999. I want to go grocery shopping like it's 1999. My biology professor used me as an example of inferior genetics because I was short. Is Pinterest still around? I've never figured out what to use it for. I have a secret account that follows my wife. She has no clue how I always get her what she wants. Me calling my mum for help because I'm an adult, but she is premium adult Pro Max. Why are you as a man saying you're tired? Men used to die in war, and now they're tired? Why are you as a woman questioning me? Women used to get slapped. What? Leah has notifications silenced. Optional step in the assembly instructions for a shelf. Side step, make nachos. Optional, but recommended. Your physics teacher told you to draw a vector. Back at the Barnyard has been removed from Paramount Plus. Who controls the past controls the future. Do you understand? Margaret Robbie is rumored to play the lead in Luca. What's the matter, babe? You've barely touched your spaghetti. Spaghetti? Son, back in my day, we call that a creepypasta. Oh, sorry to all my Americans.
Pasta. We call that pasta.
In September 2018, a pair of fishermen in Northern Ireland reeled in a 6-foot-wide elk skull from the bottom of a lake. It turned out to be 10,000 years old and from an extinct species known as the Irish elk. Nobody. Guys who game until 4 a.m. and wake up at 8 a.m. to go to work. My FBI agent watching me look up. Can you buy termites? Most destructive termites. What termite consumes the most wood? Formosan termite queen live. A lot of termite. And Orlando? Planning to put in the city hall, my man? Me, watching my bro's phone start blasting his goofy ringtone while we're posted up with a table of baddies. My dog Bailey gets super excited when I let her carry the chicken home. When the goth mummy stomps my nuts, like I asked to, but instead of being pleasurable, it just really hurt. Started studying abroad and made friends with the hag next door. What? She comes over every Friday to drink and vent about being lonely. Boys, it's been a pleasure, but I'm never coming home. They don't ID me at the liquor store anymore because they see the light. has left my eyes. Or you've given them your ID before. Or you just look really old. You think like a 40-year-old man is making this meme? I don't know. Maybe with the way the internet is. Wearing a miniskirt that has half your cheeks out in public is insane. This is from someone who loves miniskirts. I remember seeing women who sell the dude complain about how they have to dress extra wild because civilian women are just dressing like that on the regular now. Damn. This is crime on women. Women on women violence. Little known fact, Mexico City hosts an annual Day of the Dead parade, but it didn't exist until 2016. It was inspired by the opening scene of the James Bond movie, Spectre. Tiramisu was invented in the 1960s. No one on Earth had ever drunk a margarita or eaten a fajita in 1930. You can just create traditions. That's how traditions are made. Just gotta make sure people keep doing them for thousands and hundreds of years. Daylight saving time is increasingly hard to notice when my digital devices are like, what? Nothing happened. We know what time it is. And my stove is left blinking and screaming. It happened. Time shifted unnaturally. They're all lying. Only I know. Only I remember. After his death in 1991, it was revealed that Dr. Seuss secretly created dark, surreal, midnight paintings. A stark contrast to the playful books that made him famous. What's your funniest mama story? My mum got my father beat up every Friday after work. He cheated, so she paid a different guy $50 to spot him outside of UPS, and he got his butt beat every Friday at 6 p.m. He had to be escorted with security to his car. She did this for months. Yeah, cheating ain't right, but you should have just broke up. That's actually crazy. If I was that dude, if this happens 2 weeks in a row, gotta get a gun. They took away the Captain Morgan's logo swagger. Look at how they massacred my boy. Every graphics designer from like the 2010s onward needs to be fired. And by fired, I mean executed by firing squad. Make them walk the plank. Forever torn between A, wanting to tell you a story that will show you that I understand your upsetting experience, and B, not saying anything so that you don't think I'm trying to make it about myself. I think what's nice is you can give an example of your situation, but if your situation was quote unquote worse than theirs, don't say it, I think, because it's kind of like minimizing their issue, or at least it seems like that. Yes, guys, I'm a registered psychologist and therapist. Good afternoon, ladies. Where can I start you off with today? Coffee? Cocktails? The manager?
This is not funny.
If humans colonize another planet, what should be the very first rule we all agree to uphold? Automatic death sentence to anyone who damages the dome wall with malicious intent. Getting my doors professionally refinished was the right choice. Landlords should be banned from buying paint. Jaws did so much damage to the public image of sharks. I'm surprised they haven't sued for defamation yet. Who's gonna sue for the sharks? We really doing this again? He refused to let a robot control his food. Titanic wreck to be visited by another billionaire. 2 years after Ocean Gate disaster. Why would they do this? Like moths to a flame. I'm still this old. I can hear the magnet door opening and closing. Welcome to 2025, where actual piracy sites have less ads than YouTube now. I find it manipulative that our angry side is always seen as our true colors, as if being happy and kind means we're being fake. Well, both sides are you, it's just different parts of you. If you were kidnapped, how much can your circle of friends raise for your ransom? Awareness. They can raise awareness. Dentist. You're brushing your teeth wrong. Nutritionist. You're eating wrong. Parents. You're living wrong. Liquor store guy. Excellent choice. If nukes fly, can it be in the morning? I just don't want to work all day, then just come home to nukes. The sign advises people to be cautious of cats that might jump out at you. Men are so simple. I fed him, turned on Spider-Man, and now he's laying with my Hello Kitty blanket. Not a thought in that noggin. Women really can't comprehend how easy it is to please a man. 8-year-old me. Not a cell phone in sight. With a can of hairspray and a lighter, just absolutely living my best life. Possibly the best hummingbird feeder. If you're having a bad day, just remember, Vienna Airport has a desk for those who arrived in Austria instead of Australia. Guys get one good year in their life and live in nostalgia for the rest of it. The fact that walls get dusty is ridiculous. You're vertical, act like it. Tumblr constantly has gems like this, where someone says something seemingly inane, but it's actually a thought we've all had at some point in our lives. Me, trying to stop the gorilla from fighting the stupid 100 men provoking him. He'll just get shot like Harambe if I don't. I'm going to steal the sea. My grandson works at this location. Please remove the sea from the side. I will buy you some small armor so you can travel with me. Yeah, go ahead. Awesome. Japan startup unveils 15-foot robot suit for space exploration. Missing teen girl gets engaged to the cop who searched for her 15 years later. Can't even rescue maidens from dragons anymore without people calling it problematic. Making internet friends is cool until they say, bro, I'm in your city. Enjoy. In The Godfather, the cat Marlon Brando holds wasn't planned. It was a stray from the Paramount lot. Brando picked it up on the spot and and its purring was so loud it nearly buried his lines. No way this woman left her house without noticing she looked like Austin Powers. Your parents are going to be home in 10 minutes. What do? Come back in 11 minutes and ask them what's going on. How kids from 4076 described the fall of the Roman Empire, knowing they was chilling at home reading stone tablets and shooting blanks to Cleopatra. My dad and his buddy playing Sega in 1992. Me gets on the floor to do crunches. My dogs thinking I got on the floor to cuddle. The newest version of ChatGPT passed the US medical licensing exam with flying colors and diagnosed a 1 in 100,000 condition in seconds. I can't wait for the future where Dr. Bot can almost instantly diagnose a rare and hard to detect condition, so Insurance Bot can deny coverage for the treatment much more efficiently. My mental health versus my advice to others. Forget everything you learned in college. You won't need it working here. But I didn't go to college. Well then, you're unqualified for this job. Didn't notice until I stole the pen. Good work, Jerry. He brings me beer. I steal his pen. Jerry is my favorite bartender. My dad believes the ultimate status symbol a person can have is the size of their TV. How big is the TV? A paltry 55 inches. Please don't be disappointed in me. Did you buy a magnifying glass too? My former boss and I are resigning at the same time, just to find ourselves working at the same company yet again. Your soulmates. My ex-coworker had a baby and named it Link, and I asked if it was inspired by Good Mythical Morning or Zelda, and she said no, it's to honor Abraham Lincoln, and I felt bad. Anyway, she just had another baby and named it Zelda. Right after she named the baby Zelda. Your shoes are on the wrong feet. I don't have any other feet. Fair enough. My iPhone 13 battery bulged when I was trying to order 17. Oh, you're leaving me? I'm pregnant. Internet. You live in the best times in human history. Be excited. How 90% of young guys live. Comparison of North American bear claws. Me. That thing I could have done right away, but didn't. Now it's a big problem. Computers used to scream out in pain when we connected to the internet. This was a warning, and we did not heed it. Can I interest you in the fact that if you get promoted as a garbage man enough times in New York City, you get/have to dress like a general? Turns out, if you tell them you are hosting a party instead of a wedding, the cost to rent the venue is 90% less. Am I here because I wasted my life making memes? Hundreds read your memes every day. You're in hell for wasting their life. I went to Waffle House for the first time to see a fight, but nothing happened. If you notice a foreign tourist in a Waffle House, it is your American duty to start a fist fight to ensure they get the full experience. The spoonful of honey I just had is the best darn honey I've had in my life. Find me the bee who is responsible. Blushes. If life is a never-ending loop of dirty dishes and laundry, then that means life is a never-ending loop of home-cooked meals and comfy clean clothes. Overheard after helping elderly ladies find their stop. See, I told you to ask the goth girl. Goth girls are always nice. I told my best friend of 6 years that I want a boyfriend, and this guy said, I volunteer. We are not friends anymore. Honestly, those work out pretty well. Are you sure you don't want a best friend for life? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? If I was interested, I would have pursued it a while ago. Dude was ugly, I'm not gonna— Damn! My technician leaves me notes about things I should know before I enter a patient's room. I think my technician needs a raise. She is his wife, not his daughter. Wouldn't that be a compliment though, because she looks young? Unless she looks a bit too young and he looks old. Anyway, is this nature's way of joking around? Golden yellow cryptocrystalline fluorite surrounded by quartz crystal points. Egg! Why are bugs so obsessed with looking like plants? Be yourself. A bird wrote this. I was helping my 9-year-old son clean his room and commented, you have way too much stuff. He says, I don't have money. I didn't buy any of this stuff. Son, 1. Mummy, 0. Into radio. Chief, you're not gonna believe this. We found Wally. We call it Wally in the UK, not Waldo. I have to lock Wanton and Milo out of my bedroom at night. Behold the offering of toys they brought to my door through the night in an attempt to pay admission. Face alone would work on me. Don't put your drama on social media and then tell us to mind our business. Listen, I'm on season 3, episode 4 of your nonsense. Safety standards in the 1960s. They were just doing anything. I like how the mum is trying to protect the daughter there, that's sweet. Is my boyfriend broken? Why did you leave WrestleMania on for the rabbits? They need to learn to protect us. I'd rather it happen in my sleep so I just don't know what's going on. Me, whenever my parents ask, what are you doing with your life? My goals are beyond my own understanding. Is there a specific post you still think about? I think about this one a lot. White folks be making 6 figures at jobs I didn't even know existed. So what do? You know the clicky sound when you use your mouse? Yeah, I install those springs. Pretty easy job. 148k a year. My literal wife, who married me and loves me, called me sexy 4 days ago, and I'm still riding that high. Men get 1 compliment every 3 to 5 business years and live off it like camels. If you're a giver, remember to learn your limits, because the takers don't have any. If you knew me before my 20s. You never actually knew me. You knew season 1 of me. We were severely underfunded and the writing team was going through a lot. They printed $8 trillion, gave you 1,400, sent the rest to their friends, and left you with inflation. Well, thank you. Thank you for thinking about me. Cat's exhausted after a long day of you at work. When my wife was pregnant, I asked the midwife how many babies she had to deliver to become a full wife, and she shot my wife a look as if to say, "You poor thing." I lost all my Marlboro points when I stopped smoking for top surgery. Now I have to chain smoke again. If your website says cool for price, I'd rather just never visit your site again. Does your drugs contain unhealthy gluten, sugar, or MSG? Not sure? Bring it down to your local police station and they will test it for free. No appointment necessary. 1 minute you're young and cool. The next you are excited you can cook 2 different things at once in your crock pot. I just walked into the kitchen to discover my boyfriend grating cheese directly into the dog's mouth. Richard Harrison's son rejects Dumbledore's role. In a recent interview, actor Jared Harris revealed he had no interest in playing Dumbledore in the upcoming Harry Potter series. His late father, Richard Harris, originally portrayed the beloved character in the early films. "I don't get it," Jared said. "The movies were fantastic. They should leave them alone. What's the point of a remake?" Well, the point of a remake is to make more money. My bonus structure is based on the tickets I closed. Yesterday, a coworker's keyboard stopped working. He filed a ticket. Instead of replacing it, I stole the keyboard from the receptionist's desk and gave it to him. Now the receptionist filed another ticket. My keyboard is buzzing. The more tickets I close, the bigger my bonus. I'm plugging my manager's printer next. I guess they're not reindeer. My husband has been taking sailing lessons, and instead of putting it in our calendar, like a normal person, he prefers to stand up abruptly, stare out the window, and proclaim, "I must go to the sea." The call of the ocean is one every man must answer once in his life. Last time I was on a sailboat, the boom hit me in the head. 2.5 years ago, a cashier told me I have a nice smile. I'm still riding that high since. You've got a nice smile. You're a dude. There is no threat to you when someone compliments you. It can actually just be taken purely as a compliment. Someone said he was complimented, and you found a way to victimize yourself over it. Fun fact, ancient Egypt lasted so long that ancient Egyptian archaeology was a career in ancient Egypt. All I can say is someone sure can strap down a tractor. The transition from sodium lighting to LEDs is especially visible from space. Chicago 2011 versus 2024. Relieved to see that the world did in fact used to be more orange and that I'm not going insane. Orange is nostalgic now. Librarian complimented the book I was checking out, like thinking the person who dances on poles is in love with you. 4chan is refusing to comply with the UK's new Online Safety Act. The site's been fined $25,000 plus daily penalties, but says it won't pay. Nothing more American than telling the British, "Screw you, I'm not paying taxes." When your wife explains all the drama at work, and it definitely sounds like she's the problem, but you have to be supportive. Amazon's proof of delivery photo, 10 out of 10. It should be illegal to take a nap and still have a headache when you wake up. Like, no, I shut it off and back on again. Why are you still here? I told my homegirl, I attract frick boys. She was like, "You're a woman. You attract everyone. Then you choose to get with those boys." I damn near jumped out the car. What even happens in men's group chats? Took the dew back to the mountains. Heartwarming. "This is beautiful. I was your driver 3 months ago. Please remove me from the group chat." 23 years ago, Linkin Park released In the End. Why does this look like it takes place in the same universe as Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Unlucky. What about weekends? I work then too. I'm only free from 3:02 to 3:15 on the first Tuesday of every month. Ah, damn it. That's when my monthly shower is. Autism didn't exist back in my day. Now get out. You know it's my train time. They're talking about each other. He's so dreamy I think I'm in love with him. I want to tell her that I love her. I'm so nervous. A horse walks into a bar. It is a bar for horsies. Everyone is having a nice time. I think about this student email every day. Like Hamlet, I have hesitated to act for reasons I cannot articulate even to myself. May I have an extension on the Hamlet paper? "They'll never find the body" is a boring threat. Threaten that they'll never stop finding the body. They'll be recovering pieces of you for at least 3 months. You will be alive for at least 2 of them. That's terrifying. Still fancy that cup of soup now? Yes, because I'm fully aware that liquids start to solidify when you reduce their temperature. Holds up ice cube. Still fancy that glass of water? My friend has 6 locks on her door. She said her theory is to lock only 3. That way, if a thief tries to pick the locks, he'll always be locking 3 of them, no matter how he does it. Painted some doors in my house black a while back, and they look really nice, but it's just the middle of the night and I've heard the telltale sound of my sister walking face first into a closed door. Got her Looney Tunes style. Apologies to anyone who ever thought I was cool and reached out to me, only to discover I am just a little weird hermit who can't carry on a conversation to save my life. Low-key hate having a body. It's so high maintenance. Wash this, this, eat that, drink, sleep that. It's all very stupid. Are there science camps for adults? Like, I just want to help someone dig up dinosaurs or count mushrooms or weigh turtles for like a week. My nephew just told this man in Chipotle, my auntie's body is not for your eyes. I was feeling so protected and loved till I turned around to see the finest man I've ever seen in my life. Gotta show my nephew a flowchart. I haven't seen you in weeks. Where have you been? Every hockey fight ever. Hit the lady at Chick-fil-A with a glad I could pleasure you after she said my pleasure. Sorry if I seem sad. I've got a new long sleeve shirt for fall, but I haven't been able to wear it yet because it's 94. Hypothetically, you get $1 million a day, but every day at a random point, time freezes and your subconsciousness is flashbanged by the entirety of Cars 2. You have to watch the full movie while no time passes. There is no warning for when it happens. How many days would you do this for? This is hardly that bad. I would do this until I'm sick of cars. I'll probably do this for a year, 365 mil, and that's being greedy. Hell, I like Cars. Cars 2 came out on my birthday. Wait, yeah, I'd probably watch this for the rest of my life. I am begging the men of this world to be normal. He was trying to have a conversation with you and saw you as an intellectual peer. Unfortunately, he didn't know you are just an evil Jezebel. What is a Jezebel? That seems like something religious, right? And so now his punishment is being humiliated and blasted on social media. Sad. Oh man, my grand's notice for leaving her work. Wish I was kidding on. Notice of termination of employment. The job's crap and I'm leaving. I'll no be back after June 30th. Can he wait? Today I learned that the French have their own version of LOL. It's MDR, which is short for mort de rire, which translates to dead from laughter. They even type MDR the same way we would type lol. The internet is fun sometimes. My husband immediately took the trash out when I asked him to, and my 3-year-old said, I'm so proud of you for listening. Seems like my job here is done. Cats never understand that you're helping them get their claws unstuck from fabric. They're just like, you're tormenting me at the worst possible time, I hate you. My aunt, who has never been married before, told my cousin braids aren't appropriate to wear for her wedding. I asked her what hairstyle did she wear when she got married. Now everyone is yelling. I was just asking a question. Me disabling ad block on a site that asked me to do so, and see no invasive ad or pop-up once I refreshed the page. It's quiet, too quiet. In your last year of college, lose your student ID and get a new one. The expiration date will reset and you can get another 4 years of discounts. Name the hardest line in all of fiction. Easy. Your worst sin is that you have destroyed and betrayed yourself for nothing. Stop, I don't want to think like this. Noticed that my vodka supply was dwindling. Confronted 23 and 17, who pointed the finger at 14, who guiltily confessed to making penne a la vodka several times over the last month. Didn't believe her, watched her execute it flawlessly. I guess it's a TikTok thing. Imagine the pressure she was under making that pasta to prove her innocence. Probably felt like Iron Chef in there. My husband just walked in and handed me a grilled cheese sandwich missing the top left corner. Every time he makes me toast or a sandwich, he presents it to me with one bite taken out. He always says, I don't know what's wrong with the bread you bought. It's defective. I haven't had a full slice of toast or a sandwich at home in almost 18 years. If there are infinite words, every version of me chooses defective bread in every one of them. The Russian guy I hired through TaskRabbit to help me move is telling me all of the things that are wrong with my diet that are making me so weak. The Russian guy my property manager sent to fix my shower's water temperature asked my boyfriend if the girlfriend wanted the water hotter. I wasn't home. Boyfriend said yes. Russian guy replied, the women, they prepare for hell. The real body count is how many people are in therapy because of you. I went to a psychic. I knocked on her front door. She yelled, who is it? So I left. Writers resisting the urge to develop a romantic relationship between a male and a... Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm just like reading this wrong, but is this person trying to say being straight is weird? The family I babysit for bought me a car for my 18th birthday. So thankful. I have a theory. Well, I kind of know what you're suggesting, but if she only just turned 18 now, before, that must make the person, you know, I think you know what I mean. Our HP printer hasn't been working for a month, and every manner of troubleshooting, resets, changing ink cartridges, didn't seem to work. After calling HP, they said the debit card on file had expired, so they manually disabled our print. How can they do that? In unrelated news, I'm radicalized. Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend and the actor that's portraying her in the Netflix series. A role she's actually suited for, and they fumbled it. Spotify has removed more than 75 million spammy songs in the past year amid its crackdown on low-quality AI-generated tracks. So did they remove AI or no? Did you guys grow up terrified to share your most basic interests, hobbies, and tastes with family friends out of fear of getting ridiculed and mocked? Or are you normal? I guess I'm normal. So autism is everyone being mad at you forever, and ADHD is everyone being disappointed in you forever. Apple has agreed to pay $95 million to settle a lawsuit accusing Siri of eavesdropping on people. How the hell would she hear you say, "Hey Siri," if she wasn't already listening? There's a difference between active listening and just listening for a keyword. The sibling tigers. Don't skip it and you'll be showered with blessings tomorrow. This is why I read this, guys. I hope a blessing is coming for everyone watching this video. Called my overweight female friend a hecking chonker today, and now she won't talk to me. My female friend was crying about how fat she was, and I was trying to comfort her by telling her that she didn't look fat, but she kept accusing me of lying. So I thought saying, "Maybe you're just a hecking chonker," and that would cheer her up and lighten the mood, but she just looked at me and left. I hope she realized that I was only trying to be nice and that she's being irrational. I am petrified of water. Even drinking it terrifies me. Who knew my stillborn child had How? And that is where the horror comes in. How indeed. These are so stupid. Treat yourself like I-80 and never stop working on yourself, no matter how much of an inconvenience it is for everyone else. How to be viral. How to actually make something valuable. I'm gonna give you guys a blueprint if you want to be a millionaire. Make a product which you can make YouTube videos about. You know that katana guy on TikTok and YouTube who makes those videos with the mini katanas who sells them? Pretty sure that guy made like 12 million in sales in 1 year. That's crazy. Cheated again. I kicked my 26-year-old girlfriend out of my Manhattan apartment in the middle of the night because I just learned that she cheated on me with multiple men. I gave her time to carefully pack her things and get dressed, then I made her leave. She took an Uber home roughly 40 minutes from my dorm and staffed lobby to her home in the suburbs. She says it was bad of me to kick her out in the middle of the night, that it's unsafe for a woman, that her dad was very upset at me and her girlfriends all think I should have at least let her stay until the— Hell no! Here's my question. Do you think the Mets are going to make the playoffs next year, or are they going to blow it again? I ordered a chicken salad. Look at it. Some people hit the jackpot and still find something to complain about. During refurbishment of Paisley Abbey, Scotland, a number of the gargoyles had to be replaced. Being quite high up, it took a while to realize that the stonemasons had modeled one of them to look like a xenomorph from the Aliens films. The church saw the funny side. When you guys have fake conversations in your head, do you sometimes randomly say sentences out loud too? I was just tying my shoes and I said very sternly, "I do know how ants work." This may be the most relatable thing I've ever read. I always catch myself in third person thinking, what am I even thinking about right now? Like, what is even the point? I'll be thinking about something really random and really niche in my head, just having a conversation with myself, and I'll just snap out of it and think, what the hell? I couldn't tell you what I couldn't even give an example. I don't remember. Next time this happens though, I'll try and remember. Boot your ex's car for $28.99. Move on for $0. I could be extremely tired, but I'm not sleeping with this issue. I don't want to cause panic, but I think there's been an accident in the mustard shop. Mustard everywhere. Fossil of a 37-million-year-old whale skeleton. Found in an Egyptian desert. Rest in peace. I didn't know whales shouldn't go in the desert. Must have flew over there, flying whale. Bare essentials. He's a minimalist. Where's all of his inside stuff? Didn't need it. I left my gummy bears in the car and they melted into a gummy brick. So I cut them into strips and now I have gummy worms. Really messed up gummy worms. What do you mean? Those don't even look messed up. They look like normal gummy worms. One of them looks like a sword actually. When you count, your lips don't touch to 1 million. Go to sleep. Straight hands. Who's winning? Stuart Little or Remy from Ratatouille? Remy, he's a street rat. It's hard to believe no one has ever accidentally eaten our wax. I chew it like gum afterwards as a little treat. When you sat in a weird position for a long time and you move and then your foot feels like this. Most accurate description of anything accurate ever in the history of accuracy. I love the deaf girl at my school. Today she was wearing a shirt that said, "I am so not listening." If you're good at something, never do it for free. That'll be $5. I feel bad for people who go to war. What if you got a tummy ache on the battlefield and didn't want to fight that day? Why do I end up sitting straight up in my sleep? Ignore how many blankets I use. How I start sleeping versus how I end up. This is how an alien would brand a diner if it was trying to lure humans in for food/abduction. Local diner. On the menu, burger. No internet interaction will ever reach the high of chaos of the, "Does Germany still exist? Yes, thanks." The Sense Bay. In 1910, there was a baseball team of death row inmates. Their executions were delayed only as long as they kept winning. No pressure. I made my cat an Instagram, and now this other cat is trying to hit on him. You're so handsome. I want to be your lady someday. You're my man crush. I made a Play-Doh seahorse, and my daughter attacked me and pulled my hair and threw a chair over my head. She was trying to end your life. Man documents his life as the third wheel for 3 years with selfies. Trying to give you a hint, bro. Did you want the guy or the girl? Sausage falling over, banana falling over, burnt waffle falling over, kicking a toothbrush. What the hell is this channel even doing? Why is the banana 110 minutes long? Got married on the 9th of April. Please don't share your personal problems here. It's showtime for this pole dancing subway rat. Better than what I could do. I don't know what the lady in front of me is planning, but she's gonna celebrate with Krispy Kremes and a machete. False eyes, actual eyes. Amazing. Is this true? Of course it's true. It literally says it right there. Starbucks unveils a $7 wake-up slab. My favorite part of this image is how professionally she is delivering that slab. Could people do backflips/front flips in ancient times? Did they think it was cool? I think they did do it. I've been here for 6 hours now waiting for someone to take over. Please do not leave toaster unattended for any time. Thank you. OMG. You just dropped a whole presidential meal. This church has got a damn water slide built into it. I know baptisms at this place are wild. So I ordered a Detective Pikachu plush for my desk at work. And I have to say, this is not how I expected him to be packaged. Was driving to uni and found this. Depression ahead. It's nice that they're letting you know, because you can avoid it. Real depression you can't avoid. There's a cat in the gay bar, so I don't take pictures of you and tweet, there's a human in the gay bar. Some cats are gay, sis. Driving to the movies with my fam, and this banana's got a tinfoil hat and wig sitting under the freeway. I just left the dentist, and he said all of my teeth look like this. You've been brushing your teeth. Good job. Saw a cat at the park and thought it was lost. I live near the park. Please leave me alone. Instead of using actual spray cans, some artists are just clearing dirt off certain areas to make their masterpieces, and they're calling it reverse graffiti. I want to go on a shopping trip where I'm the only one in the shopping mall and everything I want is free. That's called a night robbery. So be it. Can we give gorillas hot chocolate when they're cold? I'm curious as to what prompted you to ask this. I saw a video of a cold gorilla. Women hate how little it takes for us to be happy. Nothing wrong with keeping it simple, but the least I would do is add a bed frame. I don't deserve a bed frame. Behind the scenes of Godzilla. Man, why didn't they just have this guy to fight him off? Dude's huge. No, they banned chilling. When will it end? Are you okay, man? I will be one of these days. Keep thinking that. Why does my dad use this nice thermos to keep his burritos warm? What else is he gonna use it for? Who is he? His name's Boys Kissing. Look him up on Google. Okay. Whoa, mama. Man, what the hell did I do? Don't ever set foot in southern India. The Benadryl account admin replying to the 27th I took 20 tweet. For real. Just took 20. We take matters like this very seriously. I'm literally a serial Instagram story liker. Like, wow, you got your nails done today. Aw, your dog is playing in the grass. Oh, you love the same song as me. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. You wouldn't know him. He digs in the dirt for roly-polies. I miss VHS tapes and CDs. I miss feeding my computers and TVs yummy treats. Now they're eating nothing. They're being born without mouths. Who said girls with depression can't wear tube tops? No one ever said that. With Kidzone closing at Universal, I'm gonna say it. Donkey looks 10 times better in Hollywood than he does in Orlando. I don't know why, but I lie about everything. What are you eating? Pizza. Water is like the oldest beverage ever, and somehow has no nickname. No one is ever like, sure, could go for a cup of that clear or whatever. Huge oversight. Sipping on that moist. Seems legit. This couple got wedding rings with the waveform of their own voices saying, I do. These are like $40 per 20 pounds. Everyone is out here like, the economy, the economy. But nobody wants to eat $2 per pound gorilla oats. I just can't stop. Dude, just turn off the phone. Cows are so gentle and the prettiest. Update. Driver of the Uber stair car says he was using the Uber app, which he says directed him down the stairs. End my suffering. Hey, whoa, drink me so you can be refreshed. I'm all natural. So this man's best friend pretended to be his wife on his wedding day. Let's not forget when this person drank my grandma's olive oil, thinking it was alcohol and was flexing it. Just came back from Oppenheimer. Not great, not terrible. Never felt so robbed. Outrage over unfilled chocolate donut. What was I going on about? I didn't know eggs were this expensive. It's time to lay my own, I fear. 8 months worth of sunflower seeds intake. Best snack on the planet. A squirrel or perhaps a cardinal posted this. I finally got a girlfriend. Well, she seems great. She's not. The ocean is so funny. What is this? It's a sea urchin. You don't want to step on those things. They hurt. Pro tip. If you're at a drive-thru, please don't stare directly at the people making your food like you're about to climb through the window and hurt them. You look like this, by the way. Imprisoned by regret. The mind is the most terrible jailer of all of them. In the future, they will invent a horse printer that can print horses. No, they won't. Yeah, they will. Ah, refreshing. 0% better. Me, after my 15-minute break at work. Me, after sleeping a healthy 8 hours. Banned from a gardening forum for saying, it was me. Every time someone posted and said, help, something is eating my tomatoes. Having some guests over, just want to make sure they can find the bathroom alright. Treating them like a video game character. Disney executive. I need ideas, people, big ideas. What if we did all of our movies again? Meanwhile, in IKEA, 20 years of pickup truck design progress in one photo. It's so sad that they've been selectively bred for size and aesthetics over their health. Look at that pushed-in muzzle. There's no way the one on the right can breathe properly. $100 when I was a kid. I can buy so many things with this. $100 now. I guess I can buy some groceries. The soul is not a tiny ball in your chest, and actually looks different depending on who you are. Loki, seize him, and unhand me were huge for the English language. One of them has to go. Which one? People who dislike dark chocolate are childish. Want me to cut the crust of your bread too? Goo baby. I like eating nerds because I'm secretly hungry for aquarium gravel and this takes the edge off. The image isn't loading, but I swear to God if it's that realistic cat smurf again. Look at these stupid pictures I found in the woods near my house. Unsolved mysteries are just mysteries. What is so stupid but actually really works? I drank creek water and got 8 days off of work. Today I came across goats playing on a trampoline while I was driving around and it was the happiest thing I've ever seen. I don't know what my nephew and Toby were talking about, but they went on laughing for hours. This is insane to think about. Fascinating but untrue. Tokyo is in Japan, not England. Halloween costume? That's terrifying. Me on my way to steal your man. You can keep him. My uncle is out here posting pictures of his breakfast in jail. You guys got no excuse to not text back. Bro, I'm at my homegirl's apartment and literally nothing has a top. And this is giving me anxiety. Fresh hell just dropped. Here's what it might be like to travel on a double-decker airplane seat. Are Americans even real? Because how can they go to the store like this? You're in her DMs. I'm eating 5 corn dogs for breakfast. Tried to Uber Eats her favorite food and this happened. Please deliver to door and please tell Tori Tony said sorry because she's upset and won't answer my calls. Her little brother answered the door. Rip. People over 50 watching their bird feeders. My boyfriend bought me a present yesterday. Almost lost it on the bathroom floor. My German Shepherd is not allowed on my bed. When I caught him, he rolled off and tried let him on the bed. My friend had hockey practice last night. He didn't check his bag before leaving and found this while in the locker room. A friend of the family is looking after my cats temporarily. He texted me this morning. What's wrong with your cat? Hi grandma, can you come pick me up from my rap battle? It's over. No, I lost. He saw you dropped me off and did a pretty devastating rhyme about it. I hope I'm not a person to you guys, but a manifestation of the autistic 1800s British adventurous spirit. Blurry trail cam footage of Danny DeVito transforming into a werewolf in the wilderness. I'm now unstoppable. Elon Musk's business partner says he could build the real Jurassic Park with genetically engineered dinosaurs. There are 5 films on why this is a bad idea. Until you blink and suddenly everything has expired and this is very expensive to you like this. I still try to, but goddamn, when everything goes off in like 2 days, it's so annoying, but that's real food. If you explained homosexuality to Meta Knight, he would stare into the sunset and go, I see you. Get off Facebook, man. Put some clothes on, bro. Why are you acting like a kid? What mistake? I'm right. You're right, I will correct it. I did it on purpose. Squirrels have gone wild because they're celebrating an acorn surplus. They needed this. Me saying, but hey, things happen. After telling the most traumatic event of my life. My favorite part of the gym is gnawing on these between sets. When you're in a dark scare cave, but you came prepared. Alright, does this go inside or outside the tub? You're supposed to have two. One for inside that's clear, and one for outside that's patterned. So my wife gave me a ride to martial arts, but it's Thursday, not Friday, and I'm all dressed up in a parking lot. Like my parents dropped me off for lessons in 1983 and never came back. What's the matter, babe? You've barely touched our matching Ego E-Boy Ogre cakes. Just ordered, so I can finally have some deep afternoon naps. Are we, like, not gonna point out the price? My son dislocated his knee at his homecoming dance doing the stanky like 45 minutes in. I was making this up. Bro was putting so much damn stanky on that leg. Fun fact, if you shout, "Show yourself, coward," when you get home, your dog will wake up and run into the room because it does not have a good grasp of the English language, but it's happy to see you. There is another juice. Why are there so many words? Shower food review, cotton candy. For some reason, this was the most highly requested shower food review. Perhaps people wanted to see me accidentally get it wet and have it dissolve. Like that sad raccoon in that viral YouTube video. But I'm not a raccoon, I'm a man. When something bad happens in my life, I say, "That's showbiz, baby," and do this. If Johnny has 2 apples, 91 more followers to reach 200 million. My brother has made the most upsetting pie I've ever had in my life. My wife just went back to work and thinks I'm an idiot, trying out a new barbecue place, and this has to be the saddest looking brisket I've ever seen. I thought this was some firewood. Shriveled horror versus hollowed horror. Old school costumes had it looking like a classroom full of serial killers ready to go on a purge. Daft Punk's reaction to Miley Cyrus. I was planning to avoid this stuff, but it's way too funny. They finally showed on my dash. India landed on the moon for less than it costed to make Interstellar. How much does a toilet cost in India? Probably less than your sister's OF. Garfield objects I'm obsessed with are the Zodiac themed ceramics. Like, is there not something utterly biblical about these? My Roman Empire is that pigeons were domesticated by humans 10,000 years ago, only to be suddenly abandoned and deemed dirty, and now can barely build their own nests because they don't know how, and live around humans because that's all they know. Oh, to be a harvest mouse living in a European meadow, munching on a little flower for breakfast. Wait, breakfast? Why have they broken up the word like that? Climb up a blade of grass and swing on a tranquil breeze, enjoying the sunlight. Unreal. This is what I love about winter. You wake up in the middle of the night, maybe just to pee or get water or something. Look out the window and see this. It's so beautiful, and it's silent. You have no idea that it's happening until you just look. It seems almost fake, and it makes your bed seem way more comfortable for whatever reason. I wish I had this view. Doesn't snow in the You will experience police brutality very soon. What kind of fortune is this? I'm halfway done with my second piece. 4 more to go. What you making? None of your business, given I don't know you, nor do I want to. Going for a walk. Bro's been casually tweeting from a different dimension for weeks now. Silent Hill. It took me way longer to realize than it should have that it's not an invisible man walking his dog. $8 single ingredient cheese sandwich has 45 grams of protein. You're living, you occupy space, and you have mass. You know what that means? You matter. This is the most when another grown-up that is not my parent is trying to get loud with me. POV. You're in agonizing pain in the US and someone threatens you with an ambulance. Don't do that. Time to eat an entire sheet of tiramisu in bed. Yeah. Illness. How hard is it to not mess with minors? Are they that good? Are they that good? What? Brooke, why is your seatbelt not on? No, ma'am. Sometimes the feeling of a seatbelt can be overstimulating for some people. How overstimulating do you think it would be to be disfigured in a car crash, I wonder? Is it for losing weight or gaining? I made it purely for enjoyment. Doing stuff is so hard. Shout out to anyone who has done anything. Sorry for the pee-pee pic before. That was pretty disrespectful. I was being in the mood and inconsiderate. I have my own demons to face. Please don't give this person a second chance. First, look at Woody and Buzz in Toy Story 5. Yep, that's them alright. Why does Woody look really punchable? Woody, I used to love you, man. What have they done to you? Can't wait till gender is extinct, so baby showers will have banners like, "It's a Gemini!" Why would you celebrate your child being a Gemini? Not a celebration, a warning. Weirdest thing that gets you angry? Incorrect username or password. Which one is it? By 35, you should have twice your salary saved, according to retirement experts. Turns pockets inside out, 2 moths fly out. Oh no, my moths. Not gonna lie, I get why we've been eating this for the last 30,000 years. Why does Squidward's face show more emotion than Elsa's? His paycheck? Every morning, I lick my big fat pill and it heals all which ails me. I need a big fat pill like this. My sister bought a fan that plugs into her phone, so when she takes selfies, it blows her hair. Just found the funniest chair I've ever seen. This is what Patrick Star would look like in Balenciaga. Why was he so upset about a broken plate? Just buy a new one, bro. That's what the whole show is about, idiot. Breaking equals bad. Every time I buy Tic Tacs, I pretend to be a pill-addicted housewife trapped in a hellish marriage with an evil CEO. Adventurer. There appears to be some sort of strange slimy residue covering these walls. I wonder what kind of creature could have caused this. The disastardly gelatinous cube. A crooked tree lives its own life, but a straight tree is turned into wood. Give yourself scoliosis and live off a disability. Called a PC repair guy about my BIOS corrupting, and he said, let me guess, Black Ops 7, and then told me that 20 plus people have called him with the same issues. Screw you, Activision. The reason why I'm so scared to share my OC's lore. The OC's lore is so bad. I used to work at a bakery, and each time something looked a little bit off, I just ate it. My friends say they look like they're from a cartoon. Sandwich. Oh my god. How do I reassure him that a trip to the vet isn't the same as being abandoned at the shelter? By lots of kisses and love. Man gets eaten by piranhas after drowning in a lake while escaping a bee attack. Man died a cartoon death. At 86, I have acquired a new superpower. I can point around corners. This dude's finger looks like Voldemort's wand. What have you been doing to make your finger bend like that? Can you even clench a fist? Math is so unserious because what do you mean this number is imaginary? The limit doesn't exist. Well, mine does. Are you financially better off than your parents? Are things getting better or worse, objectively speaking, for newer generations? That's a good question. Let me go upstairs and ask them. I go into a lot of homes each week. You guys would be surprised at how many people just sit in their house. That's it. That's their life. Bro's job is to go to people's houses at predetermined, pre-agreed upon times, and he can't believe that they're home when he arrives. Really? People are at their house living? It's really frustrating when you have to wait like 2 weeks before you can drink milk after you buy it. I know you've got to wait for the date on the bottle, but like, why can't the store just sell the milk that's ready? I got 11 angry messages. Back in 2014, Los Angeles swapped 160,000 streetlights for LEDs. Relieved to see that the world did in fact used to be more orange and that I'm not going insane. This girl has been pouring wine in my cup all day. I'm slowly losing consciousness, so if you don't hear from me, just stay out of it. I hope she robs you. There's an infertile guy out there who thinks he's got crazy pull-out game. When your dog attacks your ex because he slept with your closest friend and you get a tattoo to honor his loyalty. This is so funny because you can see that the dog is fully aware of what he did and he's proud of it. When you're a fast animal and slow hairless apes try to run you down and kill you with primitive short-ranged weapons, they never get tired. They teamed up with the wolves. We needed to be nerfed. We were unstoppable back then. We're still unstoppable now. It's actually terrifying. I feel very bad for animals. Rest in peace everyone who died of cancer and everything else. I just did a mud run for cancer research. My brother died of everything else, so it means the world. Cheers, mate. Girls with long hair will literally leave little traces of themselves wherever they go, like feathers falling from an angel's wings. Nothing humbles you faster than thinking it's Tuesday for 8 hours straight. I'm so confused how traffic is a thing because once you get to the front, there's nothing there. There should be a Sims, but like medieval. That would be dope as hell. Like imagine that. It'd be amazing. Such as The Sims Medieval. You're joking me. He knew it was funny and he was right. Hey, it's your Dasher. They're out of cuties, but they do have tangerines. What's the difference? Cuteness. Eating a temporary snack while I stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent snack. Forever a lover of sunlight on water. How the cellulite and stretch marks look on your skin when you've accepted. I bought myself a container of those math-shaped blocks and I'm having a very autistic evening and enjoying myself tremendously. Grow. Scariest place to be is the same place as last year. This hits extra hard if you were in a haunted house 1 year ago. Being mentally ill and being otherwise a perfectly logical person is so hard because what do you mean? You think I don't know my thoughts make no sense. I love it when I stump the IT guy. You thought this would be a quick ticket. Just remote in, click one button and make me look like a fool. But alas, I have messed things up more than you could have imagined. But I don't like it when I've messed it up so much they can't do anything. And it's really bad. Accidentally sending winking instead of smiling and feeling like you've just offered them your body. How do I eliminate the desire to be loved? Hey guys, is it possible to eliminate the desire to be loved? I have come to the conclusion that it's a complete waste of time and just interferes with my ability to focus on what's important in my life. It's very simple. You just have to stop seeing other people as human for a long enough period of time. A mafia guy who has really misunderstood make it look like an accident, shouting, "Whoopsie!" every time he fires the gun. I wish I was floating in a big glass tank full of neon green fluid while a bunch of guys in lab coats monitored my brain activity. You are king. You just don't know it yet. Unfortunately, I can't respond to your text because it stressed me out for no reason. And now it's been too long, so I'm just going to ignore it. Every cop show. Damn, the serial killer is crafty, very smart and sneaky. Every true crime podcast. Despite dozens of complaints from neighbors, it took over a year for police to investigate the source of the foul odor. Healing sounds nice until you realize it's just reliving everything on purpose. Dentist. So, are you flossing? Me. Are you using a unique password for every account? I see you're still running Windows 7. Not sure that's HIPAA compliant. Stay strong, Android users. Don't let those Apple users borrow your USB-C cables. Remember what they said about us. We're sorry. Imagine having a family Minecraft world that gets passed down and finding your great ancestors' builds from generations before you. Yeah, that exists in real life, and it's called the country you were born in. The other day I interviewed for a job, and when I told them my salary expectations, they asked if it was negotiable. I said, yes, I'm always willing to accept more. Me, flirts. Me, gets flirted back. Me. That was not the image I meant to click. Good Morning by the Daily Mirror. You are now listening to a 3-hour-old chick giving its opinion of things in general. These aren't even NPCs. Team Cherry just found 2 blokes chilling in the Australian outback and trapped their souls in the game. I always set 2 alarms. One for the person I want to be, and one for the person I actually am. I believe depression is legitimate, but I also believe that if you don't exercise, eat nutritious food, consume positive material, surround yourself with support, then you aren't giving yourself a fighting chance. An ancient Egyptian bead shaped like a curled up hedgehog. It's just a bull. Guy who invented the hand dryer. It's extremely loud, but get this, it also doesn't work. It's too loud. It's so loud where I just don't use it. I'd rather wipe my hands on my shorts. It's just, oh, it's so loud. Diversity is our strength. If I owned a cafe, I would have this pictured as a guide for how much cream milk customers want in their coffee. Like, okay. And now select which color coffee you'd like. Guinea pig number 6, okay? The one on the left is just milk. A new capitalist nightmare just dropped. The job market is hell. Young people are using ChatGPT to write their applications. HR is using AI to read them. No one is getting hired. Yeah, because no one's doing any work. Hi, I'm looking to buy a dumb appliance. Yes, a refrigerator with 0 computers in it. Can I pay extra for there not to be an app? My son, when I tell him to smile versus when I yell out poop. Some guy was just buying me drinks at a bar, but putting them all on my tab. Screw you. If not safe for work content damages your brain and writing develops your brain, does writing not safe for work even it out? It should do by that rule, yeah. Which is stronger. Schools are removing analog clocks from exam halls as teenagers cannot tell the— Okay, this is actually bad. You should be able to read a clock. Holy. The lion texts them back in less than a minute after being left undelivered for a day. He also sends them a full paragraph. Yep, this is the money tree. Don't ignore it, and tomorrow you'll get good news. I don't believe in posts like these, but I also don't like taking chances. How I look at my mum after she turns my light on to talk to me like I can't hear in the dark. Master has called Dobby a slur. Master has been cancelled. Dobby is free. Do you think this amulet pairs well with my eyes? That amulet is corrupting you. Take it off. You're all just jealous of my sick amulet. Ah, you're Schmeagol, huh? It's your precious. I paid $8.50 for this. Was it worth it? That establishment would know me on a first name basis. Definitely worth it. You got a lot of food here. Rule number 1 of wound care. Ignore it. Do not. Rule number 2 of wound care. Go swimming in a pond or especially a public pool. Who are you? I hate being around people who mistake my childlike wonder as naivety or weakness. I am simply a war general who loves to giggle. Me trying to figure out why I just lied to someone when the truth was perfectly fine and acceptable to say. Me extremely burnt out. I need to take the day off to relax. Also me. I wonder if there is a way I could relax that would be more productive. Wait, if you're circling back and I'm touching base, who the hell is monitoring the situation? Your favorite yellow family is being rebooted in 2019. The amount of rage it takes for a Newgrounds artist to make a tweet like this could fuel the power grid of a small country. Why the hell does no one talk about the fact that depression and anxiety can give you major memory loss? We forgot about it. Let me infringe you all to the world's most retired man. Henry, there's a rare bird in Bidford that I'm considering chasing. Can I spend the night tonight if I do? 3 lines for 100. Can't be that. Also, add a free line for existing customers. DM me your appointments. Like drugs? Ma'am, I work for T-Mobile. Having guy friends is crazy because I was crying and they told me to lock in and I did. You can add 1 more chess piece to the board. How does it move and what is it called? The bureaucrat. It can move to any unoccupied position on the board, but cannot capture pieces. It's just down there to get in the way and slow things down. down, working hard so our future wives can start a wine bar or bakery in the south of France that loses 25k a month. My grandma's key wallet that she used for 50 years. Stuff used to be so chic. Man, 2008 had some bangers. There was a financial crisis. Sorry, I was like 11, I only remember the bangers. The lonely I don't give a damn starts giving a damn late at night. My 11-year-old sister knit me a single Christmas sock. You'll get the other one on your birthday, she told me as she handed me the sock. I got tired and didn't want to make it. An iPhone 12 in 2025 is crazy. I stopped knowing the difference between iPhones the day I started paying rent. Told my 56-year-old coworker that I'm a bit antisocial, and he said, "Yeah, I noticed that about you. You don't necessarily light up a room. I'm actually really fun once you get to know me. Takes 3 to 4 years. Person 1. Hey, did you go see the new Holy Infant? I did. What's he like? So tender and mild. What? I can't believe you guys are open today. I hate when customers say, why have they got you guys working here on holidays? Bro, because you're here. They act like they care. Really, they don't. My 7-year-old can't believe that police don't go to law school. The whole job is the law. That doesn't make sense. Obviously, kid. Go to bed. I had to take a picture of these tulips to make sure I wasn't going insane, but they actually were that vivid. They make the whole street look grey. Oh, to be in the presence of something that makes everything around it look dull. Okay, ma'am, that'll be $226. I take my wallet out of my pocket and fold it. It is empty other than a single moth that lazily flies out. The moth lands on the tap point of the card reader. There's a beat, and my payment is processed. The moth flies back into my wallet and I put it back in my pocket. So you put a chip reader in a moth, and that moth understands what its purpose is. Is this ethical? National teacher shortage is a fun way of saying that the USA has made a passion-driven job so ungodly in hospital that even people who just care about teaching, not the money, don't even care about teaching anymore. I keep telling people that a vanilla soy latte is technically a 3-bean soup, but nobody understands. They just nod and smile like I'm the crazy one. You're gonna hit every cone on the interstate before I let you merge in front of me, because you saw that sign 2 miles ago, just like we all did. And this is how car accidents happen. I have been obsessed with the phrase, I don't deserve flavors, for weeks now. Failed my driver's test today. I'm 26 years old. I can't hold a job. I can't get laid. I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors. Dude, you don't even deserve food. Old lady. I swallowed a fly. Bird. Why are you? Old lady. And a spider. Why are you opening my cage? Your tattoos will look dumb when you're older. Buddy, I look dumb right now. My tattoos have a lot of catching up to do. When you ask what it's like living in a small town in the Bible Belt, I give you Exhibit A. Not Hellboy, Heckboy. Words do have power. To any deity in particular. Hi, I've brought bad alcohol, 2 electric candles, a chocolate bar, my many issues, and an undying love for you. Can you help me unscrew myself? At the bar, eating milk and cookies, just how God intended. I could do with some milk and cookies right now. Cookie, dip it in the milk. Your feelings are valid does not necessarily mean your reaction is an appropriate response to what just happened. Technology has gone too far, man. My roommate is logged out of his light bulbs because he forgot his password. Don't send her that text message. She's gonna audibly sigh when she sees your name. Go to bed. Hey, you don't know that. Me, when I start liking someone, but remember I have the easily addicted gene and severe attachment issues. It's so over. That man is playing MGS in chronological order. Well, let's hope he doesn't play Metal Gear Survive then. You flatter, caveman, after seeing his friend get crushed by a boulder. Oh, me sad. Metal Village. The reason why it's so important to humanize villains is not so that you can condone their actions. It's so you realize that, given the right circumstances, you could become a villain too. And that is what some people cannot. Guys, I'm a villain. Every day with each meme video passing by, I become darker and darker, more evil. Why does Amazon tell me only 2 left in stock? Order soon. You order soon. You're the store. It'll say luxury apartments, and the luxury is just having a black refrigerator. Dude, yes, I love sleep deprivation and phone time. Modern society is so divorced from our food sources that most people who eat Pop-Tarts have never actually killed one out. Have never actually killed one themselves. Oh, Amy, and you know what a Pop-Tart is before it's been killed? I don't think you do. I know people who have killed Pop-Tarts. They're not even called Pop-Tarts. That's their English translated name. This is so stupid, but so awesome. Nothing stupid, just awesome. Summarizing Star Wars for those who have never watched it. Anakin, I'm happy being a space monk. Space monks can't have the deed. I'm going to end all the space monks. 70 years of intergalactic war. Show up at work like, hi boss, sorry I'm late. I was helping my mother track down one specific 90s dungeon crawler for the purposes of obtaining a muffin recipe the developer hid in the files. Anyway, shout out to Stonekeep. My wife doesn't want to instill her fear of spiders in our kids, so she calmly reports them to me like some kind of mafia boss. Babe, there's a situation near the sink. like, I need you to take care of it. No loose ends. I want proof when the job's done. What's weird about this though is that it doesn't work because neither my dad or mum are scared of spiders, and I would always freak out when I saw them. Even as a kid, I think I must have been 7 at the time, 8. One of my birthday parties was just being with a bunch of reptiles and spiders, but I'm still scared of spiders and tarantulas. I don't know. If I ever go missing, check the last meme I reposted. It's probably a cry for help disguised as a punchline. Maybe for you, Sean, but not me. Some memes at the end of my videos have been crazy. Mom thinks I'm vacuuming. Meanwhile, I'm sipping on the pep and watching the Mins. In hindsight, I can't fault kids thinking 67 is funny. We memed the letter E for like a solid couple of months at one point. Hot take, Central Park should be paved over and turned into an airport. What about all the people living at where the airport should be? Should they be eradicated? When you pull up to your bro's job and he's in his work fit, always trust your gut. 3 coffees, no breakfast, 14-hour screen time. Yep. When I'm cheating, but their answer looks like they didn't study either. Timing my slow eater friend, so they hurry the hell up. I'm not arguing with fast eaters anymore. You get the bowl. Got recommended journaling. Mad. Day later, they're still mad, furious even. Going to work all bricked up. Gonna be a long day. I've just been informed that bricked up does not mean constipated. Okay. Obama's presidential library is literally one of the ugliest buildings I've ever seen. My fellow Americans, this is my evil fortress. Trying to persuade the 11-year-old to drop out of 6th grade and return to homeschool. He agrees school is a colossal waste of his time and potential. However, he makes the following admittedly strong counterpoint. It has girls. The most obvious problem with classical education. What's the meaning of life? Philosophers. Biologists. Nice steak and eggs, buddy. How about you try a real man's meal? One of the first words during his ceremony was a bark. This is like some episode of a show where the comic relief side character is separated from the group, and when they find him, he's the leader of a planet or something. When you're walking and you realize the dream you had 6 days ago is about to happen in this exact moment. No wonder it's so bloody cold outside. Someone left the freezer door open. I adore homemade baked goods, but every now and then, something fake that tastes like sugary styrofoam hits the spot. Tweet like you live in Metropolis or Gotham. Not saying it's true, but Bruce Wayne as Batman kinda makes sense to me. Only Johnny Depp would use the Pirates of the Caribbean Aztec gold coin as an accessory at the Met Gala. There are like a million TikToks on this. I'm not your preschool teacher. Oh, you've read a few academic papers on the matter? Cute. I have seen over 100,000 TikToks. Bro saw the world for the first time. Yeah, and he panicked. I love it when headlines get cut off. 5 guys accused of selling cheeseburgers. Dunkin' is releasing a new drink, and it's made with something called coffee. My dad just called me out of school because it was a nice day. Based. January. Disassociation. 3 months until Christmas. Guys will stand here for 10 minutes just to pick up the same drink they've been drinking for the past century. Me pouring Tylenol into the city's water supply to fix America's railway system. My little cousin called me and said he thinks his mama's boyfriend be stealing his clothes, and I told him, man, hell nah, that grown man wouldn't squeeze into your clothes. And then he sent me this picture today. I should have kissed her when I had the chance. Tortilla with no cheese, no pan. Get the body you always wanted this summer. New to programming. What language should I learn with these specs? Your IQ is 80. In a room of 1,000 people, you would be smarter than 91 of them. English. Most men will sit and watch a good woman walk away, simply because she mistakenly slept with someone. I don't think you can mistakenly sleep with someone or cheat on a partner mistakenly. My dad's reaction when I couldn't lift a 50-kilogram bag of cement at the age of 7. When you're trying to be nonchalant in the early 2000s, but the cartoon episode is at night. How come every vampire in Vampire Stories is 100 years old? Why can't we get a newbie vampire? Like, how long have you been 17? About 1.5 years actually, it's kind of trippy. I've been really missing my friends lately, so naturally I didn't reach out or communicate with them whatsoever. This is what having a wizard in your contacts is like. I can't hang out tonight. I foresaw a dire omen. Okay man. Bro, your hip to waist ratio is making you look crazy fertile today. We've all got that one highly breedable homie. 2000. Go to college or you'll be flipping burgers. 2008. What do you mean you can't find a job? Is flipping burgers too good for you? You want $15 an hour for flipping burgers? Millennials are so entitled. Now, 2025. Why does no one want to flip burgers anymore? I asked my dad to join my TF2 party, and this was apparently the most normal way of clarifying this was my account. Do you share my genes? Trilobite ice cream, sold at Baniosaur exhibition. You're telling telling me they can do all this, but they can't put SpongeBob's Gumball eyes on, right? What's the most boomer complaint you had? Out of stock, then take it off the website. Commercials be like, this medicine is used to treat depression. Side effects may include thoughts of wanting to die. Dropping a confession in the last 5 minutes of therapy. To leave my therapist on the ultimate cliffhanger. I shared a meme making fun of the UK government. Okay, grandma, let's get you to jail. French people, when you pronounce all the letters that they put in their words, me pronouncing horse divorce as horse divorce. POV. Me walking out of my room with the personality I just got from an anime I finished. When someone tries to get to know me, but I stay at home all day, have like 3 close friends and just exist really. Might have to run for office. Make sure to wear your big boy shoes, you dork. What? What happened with Robert De Niro? Why is everyone hating on him right now? Fill me in, guys. What's going on? I'd rather carry a short sword and commit seppuku when it rains than carry a sissy thing like a folding umbrella. Don't drink and drive. These people are all out in force. Arrive alive. DWI forces out on patrol. My baby mama will definitely not be drunk leaving the 4229 Red Bull Avenue. Thought I was playing. I love the Howdy Shark from Toy Story. No one has ever been dunked on harder than Woody when this dude hit him with the howdy howdy howdy. Thrift store find. Taco Bell stained glass lamp. College me would have maxed out my credit card for this. Might want to get off the game before he notices. Professional toilet paper. Really? Change your mindset. I can't do it. It's too hot. It's all my fault. Why am I like this? I'm definitely not gonna act dark and weird again tonight. 4 beers later. Amazon. I would never simp for a big tech monopoly. No, I'm not simping for Steam. They made me lose so much money. Who had a pair of these? I thought this said clankers. Yoga in the hood. 5 stars. Be rich 50-year-old CEO. Cheat on wife with an employee who is as old as your wife. Hey, I mean, at least they're not going for teens, so not that bad. I don't like cheaters, but could be worse. Cat separated pupils. Dear period cramps, leave her alone. Sorry you had to see that, ladies. I just get so passionate about feminism. Don't be touching Pikachu like that. Warning, gun will fire if rotated by hand. Took my kid to a family-friendly medieval festival. It turns out family-friendly in Austria hits different. Delete the I will do it tomorrow attitude out of your life. I'll delete it tomorrow. Everyone hates Karens until there's one on the same delayed flight, and all of a sudden we're all getting a $200 voucher. The average age of US home buyers is now 56, up from 49 last year. In 1981, the year trickle-down economics began. It was 31. Working my first office job. Is it normal to have nothing to do? Yeah, it's called corporate cardio. Clock in, answer 3 emails, scroll for 6 hours, welcome to the simulation. Humanity in 2347, when a solar flare wipes out the AI systems and no one knows how to boil water without asking ChatGPT. Daddy didn't raise no witch, and even if he did, it's my brother. Girl, he didn't raise either of us. When someone tells me, great question, I never hear their answer because I'm too busy congratulating myself for asking such a great question. Once I heard someone was going to rehab and I said, thank God, finally. But it was rehab for her knee, so I pivoted to, knees are so important. I followed a school bus this morning on my way to the gym. Not a single kid in the back gave me the finger. The new generation is soft. Probably thought you were stalking them. No, I actually noticed that social cue. I just don't know what to do with it. They should make a separate airport for people who know how to act like they've been out in public before. Oops, I was eating an extra Strongholds drop and breathed his way. Silk is a crazy material. I like your shirt. Thanks, it came out of a bug. Every time I talk about milk, I clarify, not breast milk. It's unnecessary and it makes people uncomfortable. I'm tired of pretending that him whimpering in my ear wouldn't fix me. Yeah, you should definitely keep this deleted. I wear a ring now, and the amount of men who ask me out or start talking to me reduced by 80%. My man wears a ring and the amount of women checking him out or talking to him doubled. What the hell is wrong with you women? My daddy's girlfriend is 23. He's 46. I'm 30. My bro is 27. My sis is 26. She got mad because we didn't say yes ma'am to her. That would make me so uncomfortable. Customers will say stuff like, it's asking me to remove my card. I think that's like social anxiety. Hey, period cramps. I made you a little sandwich. My husband spent 4 days with 9 of his oldest friends. I asked him if there was any news about their marriages, kids, families, jobs. He said no. I asked what they talked about. He said they mostly tried to name every state capital and then every African country. Sounds fun. Move on on motivation from ChatGPT. She left me. Don't worry, queens don't cry. I'm not a queen. Then act like a man and move on. They should invent a brain that doesn't whisper bad things to you. I'm in Paris and I ordered an oat milk latte and the waiter said no. A friend in Venice asked for almond milk in her cappuccino and got asked to leave the cafe. How many people actually use the holder for your gas cap? I should have a degree from how much I've learned on Twitter. In America, the penalty for murder is decided by how rich the person you killed was. Tonight at work, a creepy dude asked me, "What's your secret to staying so slim and perky?" I responded, "I'm a 1,000-year-old witch, and every morning I bathe in the blood of men I've sacrificed." And an old lady nearby laughed. Pretty sure this makes us an official coven. Growing up is actually all about realizing people don't inherently dislike you, and it's a bit odd to assume they do. This. One day I said out loud, "When we're apart, I think you must hate me. I picture you saying my name when I text you and heaving this big sigh because I'm so annoying." And he quietly said, "That's a little mean. I wish you wouldn't picture me that way." Stranger Things shares new look at season 5. It's weird that they all look 43. They don't look 43, are you kidding me? They look like they're 17. The fan favorite character of every show being a male doesn't sit right with me. Zero chance thinking this way every day is healthy. Always appreciate your little beginnings. Ain't nothing little about this beginning. I hate when anxiety gives me stomach pain. Like, bro, you're supposed to be a mental illness. Please stay in your lane. How non-smokers be looking at you when you let their Shut up. That's how smokers look at you when they say, "What? I'm not addicted." My results came back. What the hell is that? The dog in me. Debating silently showing this to one of the flight attendants while boarding. How I look at the flight attendant during snack time so they know I'm awake and would like a cookie. I showed it to my flight attendant. When he gave me my cookies and he laughed so hard he took my phone to show it to the other flight attendants. Remember, friend, a $5 iced latte a day is $25 a week, $100 a month, $1,200 a year. After 10 years, that's $12,000, which is still nowhere near enough to put a down payment on a house, so enjoy your espresso in peace. My parents are wine drunk watching Jeopardy, and my dad just looked at my mum and said, "You're my best friend, and that's all I want in life." Me losing all my humor and social skills the second someone I don't know joins the conversation. Too late, I've already depicted you as the raging bald man, and me as the nonchalant illest puppy. The Cybertruck is on fire! The free mouse that came with your budget gaming PC. One coworker kept calling me a name in Spanish, a chingon. I thought it was a bad name, so I would return it back to him. It turns out it means a really good guy, so he was saying, "You're a really good guy." Then I would be saying, "No, you're a really good guy," all day. You will never regret liking this photo. I will be back. Facebook being a total schizo AI mess now, and boomers having absolutely no natural defenses for it, like Native Americans versus smallpox is hilarious. POV, your little cousin brought Smith & Wesson to the Nerf battle and genuinely knocks you off. Pepper Potts has killed 11% of the main villains in MCU films. Show your work. MCU has 19 films, but 18 main villains because Loki was the villain of both Thor 1 and the Avengers. Pepper Potts killed Obadiah Stane in Iron Man 1 with the arc reactor and killed Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3. 2 out of 18. 1 out of 9 equals 11%. Rounded down from 11.1 repeating. 30 years ago, you had around 17 minutes to escape a house fire. Today, you have around 3 to 4 minutes, as newer homes and furniture burn more quickly. As an old person, I'm not freaked out when I hear The Simpsons has been on air for 36 years. It feels like it's been around forever. I am freaked out when I hear that Rick and Morty has been on the air for 12 years. 12, it feels like 7. It turns out, if you mess up even just a little bit, you become a preteen forever, and this is how the world feels. This is a dissociative disorder. There are 67 days left until Christmas. I'm so brain rotted I can only see SpongeBob and Patrick axing Mr. Krabs tied up to a tree. Guys, how do you turn the brake lights off? It's kind of urgent. Nobody was worried when the murder clown invasion began at the beach. It's just one boat, they claimed. How bad could it be? The tension between the genuine cleverness of the joke and the incompetence implied by putting it on 2-sentence horror is what makes this for me. I just paid $18.75 for a cookie. It was $17.75 last month and $15.75 late December. Before you became president, it was $3.75. Screw it. Let's rev up inflation and see how much this idiot will pay for a cookie. At what point do we admit the Midwest has a drinking problem? Our hardware stores are making shot glasses. You are given 10 seconds to talk to your dog, and he understands you. What do you say? I love you more than anything. Your ear and eye medicine are there to help you. I never want to leave you, but I have to make money to buy things and food. Please don't be afraid of strangers or other dogs. They won't hurt you. I would not say that because some strangers and dogs are awful. You're perfect. I love you. Very cute. This little suggestion on top of my hamburger helper box is how I know we are about to have a second Great Depression. Try with hot dogs instead of ground beef. These drinks taste like juice. An hour later. In the Garfield comic comic strip and cartoons. Abu Dhabi is a fictional location that Garfield repeatedly attempts to send Nermal to. His cuter than cute cousin, as a way to get rid of him. AI is telling me they made up Abu Dhabi for Garfield. Our TA snitching, showing the professor how easy it is to humanize ChatGPT and bypass AI detectors in 5 seconds. Former Yahoo CEO reveals she regrets buying Tumblr instead of Netflix or Hulu. They bought Tumblr for 1.1 billion, but by the time it was sold in 2019, it went down to 3 mil. And why did the value plummet, Marissa? Why did it plummet? I'd like to know how exactly she wouldn't mess up Netflix or Hulu. 7030 at morning has been arrested. Did he call himself 7030 at morning because he thinks AM means morning, means at morning? How do I remove banana from USB port? Monkeys using a computer. My teammates are Marvel Rivals right before they load into my game. If you're single right now, you're going to be single forever. Everybody got who they want. Nobody wants you. You probably go to the gym to stare at girls. What I see at the gym. I've never heard that being a thing. Screw my stupid, dumb idiot life. My fish sticks are too crispy and my fries are too golden. This is giving me a panic attack. I have only done the deed with my long-term girlfriend. Basically what the title says. I have been with my current girlfriend since we were 17 and she's been my first everything. But then I see my friends getting with people and wondering if I'm missing out on that lifestyle. Should I consider opening up the relationship? He wants to trade gold for a box of cornflakes just because he never had cornflakes. She's never had to get a code from her authenticator app. Even happier here. Wow, okay, I'm following now. Was a huge fan of his politics, but I didn't realize he was a really scary vampire. It's October, and I'm already thinking about how I'm going to stack that first plate. Is this a Thanksgiving meme? Fitted sheets in the dryer are always like, I have a secret, and the secret is your wet laundry wound up in it. I hate when people say, take it one day at a time. What else am I going to do? Skip Tuesday? Screw it. Damn it, it's now. What's next? Later? I can't do it anymore. Finger licking good implies the existence of toe-sucking evil. Ozzy Osbourne had 2 bottles of vodka and then sang for 3 hours every other night for 3 decades. Broke a rule by eating a snack bar before bed. It completely messed up my glucose and I woke up feeling ill. Well, I can almost guarantee Ozzy Osbourne got like IV drips and was heavily monitored health-wise. Concept. Bob Ross, but with IT stuff. We're just gonna set ourselves up a nice little domain controller here. Don't forget to migrate your FSMO roles, no matter how big or small each one of them is unique and important, just like you. When you entertain a little kid for 5 minutes and now they think you guys are best friends. I can't believe going to bed used to be a punishment. Phone addiction got so bad that watching a movie feels productive until someone openly says I like you and I want us to be together. Take their kind gestures as them just being nice. You're welcome. Can chickens swim? 71 million people including me. The type of things companies put on the cover of extremely sour candy. Man, I hate being This is so disgusting. English is so fake. How can you drink a drink, but you can't food a food? Experts. A serving size of chips is 10 chips. Actual humans. I eat 10 chips while standing in the pantry with the bag open, trying to decide if I still want to eat chips. What I think will happen every time I ask, can I join? Sure. When you come home and tell your mum a story from school and she takes the teacher's side. Drove past my old school today when someone closes my door, but I don't hear the click. Surely they're gonna come back and realize the door didn't shut and shut it again. Like try and shut it again, right? When the argument is so dumb, it's got me making faces at my phone like this. How social interactions look versus how social interactions feel. Me smiling at you like this because I didn't hear anything you just said. Being alone versus feeling alone. I feel pretty today. They see someone really pretty walk by. Whoa, okay, never mind. You could still be pretty. You're the worst I've ever had in bed. There's no way you could make that judgment in 32 seconds. Oh, 37. Oh yeah, it's not 32, that's me, not you. Concussion time. A 93-year-old man who shouldn't be allowed to drive. My life going pretty well. You know life is getting serious when your controller looks like this. Imagine trusting me to drive us around at night, and this is how I see it. Why does every band from the 2000s have a guy that looks like this? I was born in 2017. Sounds so fake, bro. Nobody's born that late. My healthcare plan is to just befriend a doctor and slip in health-related questions during conversations. When your mother checks that you are still sleeping, but she stays in front of you a little too long. Men used to go to war. I don't like war. I like vodka, Red Bulls, and feet. Random girl walking. Me walking faster to overtake her so that she doesn't think some dude is following her and making her feel uncomfortable. Using my phone because I can't sleep. Can't sleep because I'm using my phone. The wow, what are you cooking that smells really good starter pack? When you look around during the exam and nobody looked confused. When I finally get a sequel to that one dream I had when I was 7. We have been going through stuff since the dawn of time. Humans being down bad and making art about it is eternal. Me starting to genuinely lose my mind after I've pretended to be asleep for 4 hours and I'm still awake. My daughter, we need to talk. It's good that you're diligent in your studies, but you have an unhealthy addiction to lo-fi hip-hop radio, beats to relax/study to. How it feels talking to someone who thinks everything you say is a manipulation tactic, when in reality, you're just trying to express your feelings. How to lift your girl. Yes? No. Well, yeah, because in the no ones, it looks like it's not even your girl. Looks like you're kidnapping someone. I've been so worried about getting my life together. I almost thought I've achieved some of my childhood dreams. Me, every single minute of every single day.
Sounds like you've got anger issues.
The economy, watching you study hard for jobs that don't exist. What if I threw a through you at you, but you at wouldn't at you, but you at? But yes, if at, why would you through the through at you through me at you? Having a resting witch face is so funny because I'll be doing something relaxing and really enjoying myself, and my face will look like this. Having fun. Your daily average screen time is 8 hours. Colleges carefully adding 3-hour gaps between classes just to waste your entire day. I just didn't go to school on these types of days. Nope, online lessons. Me, watching the new hire skip lunch, skip breaks, thinking they'll get rewarded for working hard. When your wife explains all the drama at work, and it definitely sounds like she's the problem, but you have to be supportive. Introverts be like, wow, the weather is perfect today. What I thought I would look like with long hair, how I actually look like. Remember, if you're ever sad, make sure to start consuming like 5 different forms of media at the same time to minimize the chance of a thought occurring. Nothing worse than waking up on a Sunday morning and having to clean up the carnage left behind after another wild Saturday night when a client emails me at 9:34 a.m. but it's Friday and I have to leave soon at 5:30 POV. When you planned to skip a class and you later find out it was cancelled, said almost done on the project update, then opened the document for the first time and got hit with a request access screen. If your height begins with 5, I'll never date you. Me, relieved that I'm 5'6". I can't say a sentence without bro or bro, like this meme's crazy. How it feels to talk to someone with your sense of humor and you both just keep making the jokes funnier. How it feels to love a character everyone hates. People who go on runs right after they wake up. Me, just trying to process being alive when the semester just started and they're using big words like presentation, assignment, and project. When you're so cooked on a test, you eat the gum under the table to gain the knowledge from the previous owner. Trade offer. I receive pulling the fire alarm for no reason at all. You receive POV. It's your last night in your house before you move and life doesn't feel real. Cave divers in crippling debt with 4 kids and a loving wife entering the cave that's named Killer of 4 Men with 4 Kids and a Loving Wife Cave. I can't be the only person who thinks that the past 5 years the energy of the world has totally changed and something weird is going on. Unemployed guys be like, it's Friday! Bro, what are you excited about? Every time I buy Tic Tacs, I pretend to be a pill-addicted housewife trapped in a hellish marriage with an evil CEO. Unfortunately, I do enjoy watching the downfall of people who did me wrong, waking up from a dream, realizing you didn't actually just ruin your life. Dudes who leave comments on pictures of hot women that are clearly fake profiles would 100% fall for Bugs Bunny and drag. People who call themselves burnt out gifted kids. It's just the nerd equivalent of a jock saying they could have made it if it weren't for the big injury. Stop shaking your leg. I can't. I've been shaking my leg since I was 7 years old. I can't stop doing it. Me, not knowing how to celebrate my achievements because in my mind it was my obligation to achieve them. The best thing about being single is sleeping with whoever you want. Yesterday I slept with the cold, and today it's gonna be with hunger. When you fart and your stomach ache disappears. Hands full. Therapist. Anyways. Me. Anyways isn't a word. You mean anyway? Anyway, we were talking about your difficulty making friends. Humans. Earth arthropods. Humans. Sea arthropods. No offense, but if someone is excited about something and you make them feel stupid for being excited about it, you're the worst type of person. I'm a clay. I can be anything I want. Societal pressure. Financial pressure. There's a bit of sadness when you're at a restaurant and the food isn't delivered by your server. And who ordered the Alfredo? You don't know us at all. Jenny would know who ordered the Alfredo. These are apples. If you see apples, then you see apples. And if I see a pear, when the whole gang links up and everyone is cooked from their life choices. Reject degeneracy. Return your cards. Me, getting ready to go out. Someone who does Photoshop reverse this. Me, getting home from work. Me, guys in the 1700s saw this hairstyle and were like, yo, growing up in the wood grain era. When you start buying your own food and realize how much of a financial burden you were to your parents. Canvas down and my assignment is due in 40 minutes. Me, watching someone be better than me at the only thing I'm good at. AI over, shut up. You're mostly wrong, so just don't even talk. Me at 1:30 a.m. Me at 6 a.m. Undiagnosed nosed, but something ain't right. When you smell that one coworker's walk by wind, I'm afraid the zombie apocalypse will start and I won't have one of those shirts. I suck at my teaching job. Study hard. Most people don't pass my class. Hi, I have stuff of you. Stuff you don't want to get leaked. Leak it. That's not what I came here to do. I have a deal for you. Nah, I don't give a damn. Leak it or shut up. This is the best and only response you should actually say if someone threatens you with this.
Unless you're a politician.
Are you okay? No, I'm living in a country run by clowns. How to rickroll others. Post the original link and wait for people to click it. Use rickroll but with a different link. Pretend this meme to be a still image. I believe in front left burner supremacy. I still work, but the light in me has gone. Wanna hang out? Was my desperate cry for help. Me in the interview. I am a fighter, not a quitter. 1 week in the job. I am resigning. Clean oil at home. Dirty oil at a restaurant. Me listening to the manager that made half the team quit. When someone tries to give me advice, but their birth year starts with a 2. How insults feel in real life after playing competitive games for years. Congrats team. Company made $4.9 billion in profit this year and wanted to do something special for you guys. Here's pizza. How it feels being locked to your idiotic username you made when you were 12. The vibe I bring to the function. When you look up dementia symptoms, but all the links are purple. Me? Jealous? I make your monthly salary in 1 year. Eating a temporary snack while I stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent snack. How it feels when people your age are doing all of this grown stuff when you still play video games, watch cartoons, YouTube, and learn useless facts in your free time. When you're feeling sad, remember Vertebrae C6 is so happy to literally support you every day. When you're 20 minutes into writing a well-worded argument on Reddit, and suddenly remember you don't give a damn about any of this. Me on my way to work, knowing some kid is set for life just for saying 6-7. I often wonder if any of my recorded calls have ever been used for training or quality purposes. When you have a really bad day, so you go to play video games, but you can't win a single match. Me, during the 10 seconds it takes to restart my phone. Born too late to buy a home. Born too soon to explore space. Born just in time to finance a pizza from Domino's. I know you're my family, but I don't find these visits comforting. Me, when I touch wet food in the sink. My ancestors who killed animals with their bare hands. You think your job is really tough? I'm sure you're right. Most jobs have difficult aspects to them. Kudos to you for sticking with it. If your website says call for price, I'd rather just never visit your site again. My mum who's graceful. My dad who's disciplined. Me who's a disgrace. Stop complaining about your life. There are literally people living in the USA. Wow, look at that moon. I'm gonna take a picture. Just doesn't look as good. Good. It's just childhood memories. I have 3 personalities. I don't talk at all. I talk too much. I talk to myself. That awkward moment when your mum calls you over to show the guests how much you've grown. Damn, it's October 31st already? What's next? October 32nd? Screw everything. Me. Every time I buy furniture, that includes a hex wrench for assembly. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it? Congrats, you're hired. Thank you. I am so grateful for this opportunity to wake up at 6 a.m. and sit in traffic so that I can stare at a computer screen for 8 hours every day. How the week goes. Monday to the end of the week, from the morning to night. Me, building up the courage to leave a subreddit I enjoyed, because now it's full of politics. Me, after I close an app, but my muscle memory reopens it. Nobody understands the bond between a boy and the obscure PS2 games he played when he was younger. Me, ruining my sleep schedule so I can have more alone time. I don't know about you, but I've thought about running away more as an adult than I ever did as a kid. How the 2020s are going, how the 2010s went. My ancestors watching me use a GPS to get somewhere I've been to 14 times. 4-year-old me opening command prompt and typing hack when you're walking late at night, and the girl in front of you makes the same turn you are going to make. With AI image generation, we don't have to pay artists to advertise our product. AI must be a cheap, scammy product if they couldn't afford an artist. Germans realizing they aren't responsible for World War III. Brand. Everyone doing a thing and then the brand starts doing that thing and it kind of ruins that thing because they force it. It's like, hey guys, we're cool. If Scooby-Doo taught me one thing, it's that the real monsters are landowners and rich people. Me, in front of my wife's parents after getting her pregnant. How it feels driving past newer vehicles at night nowadays. Me, gets paid. The US government. This is like 99% of governments. Doesn't Canada want 55% tax for some people? That's crazy. You better do some of the job then if you want that much money. I'm going back to the store because one of my mangoes keeps biting me. Me normally. Me. After being horribly necrotized by the flesh-eating bacteria that infected me after swimming at the lake. There's a lady in my head who calls me Stud Muffin. Please leave me alone. Allegiant Airlines charges for a glass of water, but you know what's free? Ice. Now we wait. Let a man talk about himself uninterrupted for 10 minutes, and he'll be like, wow, I really like you. Remember those days when you missed school, and you would check the time and think, they're eating right now. Nobody is leaving until I find my phone. I'm a fake I don't give a dammer. I actually give a damn a lot. I'm sorry. Don't talk to me while I'm rubbing my eye. I'm not gonna hear you. Why does this make so much sense? My eyes be like, switchy switchy. Look how happy my cat is that I brought her a fresh paper bag. How can God be real if he makes us have a job to get nerds gummy clusters? I believe in God, but this is a very strong argument. Me, looking at the assignment, graded 42 out of 100 notification. Why are finals even a thing, bro? Like, can't a guy just know his stuff? No questions asked. I hate when I go out in public and the public is there. When you're the designated woke person of the family and everyone starts getting brave at the dinner table. When someone eats the last snack I was saving. How 68 probably feels, being stuck between the corniest numbers. But as my grandma used to say, be scared of the living, not the dead. That's what you should be scared of. How College Board feels after creating a monopoly and charging $100 per AP test, when my dad is already tweaking on the road trip, but I forgot to tell him I left every single light on at the house, when you're just minding your business, and somebody pokes the side of your stomach. How mums feel after turning a joke into a 3-hour lecture, when the test is so hard you genuinely can't even guess, when you walk into class and see a sub, but the teacher is stricter than our teacher. How it feels being quiet, talkative and awkward at the same time. When I ask someone if they're okay, and they actually say no. Me, watching that one person in class using my pen I lost. If someone was using a pen I lost, okay, firstly this wouldn't happen, but I would just say something. I'd be like, hey, is that my pen? POV. Me in class, wondering who would die if one of the lights fell. I'm so glad I don't have to build these underwater tunnels. I would have no idea how to do that. How it feels wanting to have a conversation with someone, but having absolutely nothing to say. When you're the only one who saw the fight at school. Running to improve my lung health, so I can smoke more cigarettes. You're in agonizing pain in the US and someone threatens you with an ambulance. Ambulance? All I want is to go back to sleep. My teeth are Your teeth are rotting? Gross. Me, trying to figure out if I'm the middle child because I'm number 10/11, but only grew up with 3 of them. But me and my older 2 sisters got treated like poop, but I'm the youngest girl. I don't know. I'm not the middle child. Do I like being complimented? Yes. Do I know how to respond to compliments? No. Does it make me wish people would never compliment me? Yes. Do I seek validation nonetheless? Yes. Do I ever truly believe the compliment? No. Do I still need compliments? Yes. Me, watching someone get chewed up in the Reddit comments over an opinion I agree with. You guys want to know the ultimate rage bait with arguing with people online? Use ChatGPT. I know, ChatGPT. Just use ChatGPT and say,
reply to this way in the best way possible.
And add sneaky insults to them. When you're out in public and suddenly get a random wave of sadness, and then all of your friends are annoying. Everything is loud, and you're contemplating why you even exist. The Gooner. He just adds boss at the end of every sentence. I don't know if this is a Gooner. Oh my god, I'm cooked. Yes, this dude is a Gooner. OG Gooner. Wow. You wake up tomorrow and the year is 2005. What do? Buy a house with my lunch money? Wait a minute. Whoa. You cannot tell me that does not look like speed. Forgot to give bro a blanket on the sleepover, so I made him into a plant. The chicken coop is really giving a low-budget horror film vibes tonight. This winter. If I had one wish, I would bring my own dog back. First dog to go to hell. You promise he's gone, right? Thank you for your loss. He's looking up at us. When I offer to pay for bro's food, but he starts saying extra words like large, double, and extra. The milkman came. This was so good. A milkman that gives out fresh strawberry milk. There are entire worlds out there that exist beyond my wildest dreams. Smoking and eating an apple in public. The doctor is at a moderate distance. Not too close or not too far. Boss swiped while I was showing her a picture. Saw this and handed me the phone back. When I start crying from stress, but now I can finally start crying about all the other things I kept inside for so long. The guys who have their screen timeout set to 3 seconds, trying to show you a meme they saw. Or the people who have their brightness on the lowest setting. Why does my scooter look like donkey? Why are your lips bleeding? What happened 30 seconds ago? Hotel receptionist working on something beautiful. Bunnies! When you come out of the womb and realize your consciousness has been ripped from the void and placed inside a flesh prison on a 3rd dimensional karmic enslaved prison planet to suffer for years and transmute that awful stuff into light, then die. Lil bro on the right watching out for the ops. He is the op. Crazy that Sam Altman has all that money and still can't get a girlfriend. He's gay. I don't like him either, but let's set insults aside and figure out why he doesn't have a girlfriend. Is he actually gay? Calculating my Christmas budget and realizing everyone's getting a hug. What it looks like versus what it feels like. Mom, why are you scared? Your entire family is sick except you. They start making you do all the chores for them. The teacher was grading my notebook and he saw this. Without taxes, who would maintain the roads? Domino. Check if annoying orange is still a thing. Last uploaded 18 hours ago. Imagine you go bowling by yourself and you go sit down, but it's your turn again. Imagine that you're stepping out of the bar in 1648, ready to drunk drive, and you see this thing. Teacher got me messed up if she thinks I'm not gonna watch Bob in class. How old are you? I was born in 2007. Oh, I'm 16. Born in 2008. I was born in 1990. Meteor. How girls who wouldn't date you, even if the sun exploded, start looking at you the millisecond you get into a relationship. I had a dream that you could play Fortnite in real life for college credit. United States military. Just figured out you can schedule texts. Gonna do this to my buddies every day now. Mind games. I'm at the gym right now. You still sleeping? Bark. Baking with my mama.
Baking with my mama.
Okay, Mr. Statistics. Did you know that chihuahuas kill more people than pit bulls? In 2019, chihuahuas killed 21,000. Here you go, Mr. Statistics. That's the people who died in the Mexican state of Chihuahua. When I throw Shorty on the bed trying to be romantic, but low-key miss and she hits the bed frame and gets paralyzed. From 2000 to 2024, Gladiator returns. You know, from 2000 to 2024, the sun hasn't changed, but cinematography has. Stop softening sunlight. Just stop making movies darker. Don't be afraid to give your bros a compliment. A simple, nice outfit, or you would look good in a collar and leash could make their day. 2025 is like 2008, but none of us have wives or houses to lose, so we just lose our minds. When you smell that smells like a smell you smelled back when you were a kid. Honey, I can't do it if someone is watching. It's just the cat. Don't speak, more pet, what the hell? Parents with the pet they didn't want. Parents with the kid that they did want. Didn't Lord Farquaad get eaten by a dragon in the first movie? I swear to God, there was a scene in early DVD releases of Shrek that were cut in later releases, where Farquaad was shown in the dragon's stomach with a match during the I'm a Believer scene singing along by himself. I remember seeing him in the stomach. I never saw this. Something to take the edge off, just some chalky malt. I make a better Caesar salad than Caesar ever did. Hey, can I be real with you? Sure, thanks. Celebrities used to do this to honor one of the greatest of all time. Google Mr. Hands to learn more. I feel like this is a trick. Just so you know, ladies, mansplaining means man explaining. January 2020. The roaring 20s are back. This decade is going to be so fun. A fresh start. 2025. Urine having a built-in color spectrum to let you know your current hydration level is not only subtle, but some real intuitive game design. I miss VHS tapes and CDs. I miss feeding my computers and TVs yummy treats. Now they're eating nothing. They're being born without mouths. I have no mouth and I must stream. Bro, I'm not picky. Also, bro. People watching parents bring babies to horror movies and act shocked when they cry. I'm on a very specific diet of caffeine, microplastics, lead, and a lot of coffee. I was in a taxi today and the driver said, I love my job. I'm my own boss. No one gives me orders. I then said turn left. Did he kick you out then? Apparently, clinically alive but dead inside is not an appropriate response when someone asks you how you're doing. You knew when you're dead inside but highly functional. Death, the ultimate orgasm? I mean, it could be, yeah. Haven't tried it, so I don't know. Me disabling adblock on a site that asked me to do so and see no invasive ad or pop-up once I refresh the page. Me sits down, my zip-up hoodie. Once I went to a party with my husband full of people he knew from work, but I didn't. A guy came up to us, turned to me and said, you must be his wife. I turned to my husband and said, you have a wife? Should have seen the guy's face. The color of buses across Great Britain. I can't decide if I love it or hate it. These two struggling to walk 100 miles. Meanwhile, Chad, beater of women, master of women, slayer of women, predator of children, respecter of ice. I'd like ice. Yeah. What do you smoke, Erling? Goals. Customer asked for brand brown bread, and I didn't hear them, so I said, "You're having sourdough?" but forgot to ask it like a question. "You're having sourdough, but forgot to ask it like a question," and she just said, "Okay." But how did this come to light that you misheard them? Do they complain? Awkward. I'm such a freak. You couldn't handle me in bed. Also her. Dad would make you switch the channel to sports and then act like this. And then if you switch it back, he wakes up. I was watching that. Male birds versus female birds. Elon Musk, Mr. Beast, went from being loved to hated. Everyone's back to kind of loving Mr. Beast now. I like Mr. Beast, but I don't watch his videos anymore because they seem a bit too staged. That's me. He still makes good videos, but not my type of videos. I can appreciate the effort though. I painted a Minecraft themed playroom for my nephews. Every Gen X movie be like, "Yeah, I have a stable job with benefits. I'm going insane." I got my girlfriend this swim cap as a funny gift, and she told her teammates we were making fun of her. I have the feeling boys will appreciate it. People be like, "Yeah, just follow my car," and then start running red lights. Being a dude really sucks, because what do you mean go see what that noise was? Tim Sweeney, the man behind Fortnite, has bought over 40,000 acres of US wilderness. Not to build, but to keep forever wild. Damn, dude even prefers no build himself. Match my freak. How about you match my kindness, my empathy, and my sincere generosity and benevolence? Grateful for the insight I have gained from all of my experiences. Still think some of that stuff should have not happened. Unknown number calls and expects me to talk first. Welcome to the breathing competition. I just saw a video that said, all Light Yagami had to do was learn L's name. L had to prove the existence of God in a court of law. Yeah, it would have never worked. My husband has a cold and he's talking about the future like a man dying in battle. I'm gonna heal up and smoke us some ribs. Doesn't that sound nice? Some smoked ribs just like we used to have in the spring. Me and you. I'm gonna get better. 10 years ago, I made the decision to never correct anyone who's wrong, unless I'm paid to do that. Never been happier. So you can't afford a 30-year mortgage, but you're going to take out a 50-year mortgage to pay $300 less a month, but pay $500,000 more to the bank by the end of the loan? That's correct, Dave. Jesus, you're pathetic. I wish I never met you. This was all a mistake. But earlier they said, I love you so much, and I'm always going to fight for us. Running out of time. I am my own god, for I shall not obey anyone else but me. I am my own god. Look inside. They are enslaved by their own pride and desires. Economy's so bad, you might as well follow your dreams and see what happens. This is the exact economy to do that in. Though, and this is some of the best advice I've seen this week. My roommate hearing me next door after bringing home the goth baddie from the gym. I'm the one moaning. Conclave. It's shameful to be this age and still not know yourself. Me at 14 for some reason. When I push him away and he does not try harder. Hashtag not my type. No means no. Indifference means no. Nonchalant attitude means no. I will never chase. If you're playing hard to get, I'm going to keep moving because I'm pathologically terrified of being viewed as a creep. Love me or get out. Hey, I like this guy. Yeah. Hey babe, come look at the cat. He looks the same as he always does and he's just sitting there. Babe, come back. Hey, look at the cat. When I was a kid, bedtime was 9 p.m. I couldn't wait to be a grown-up so I could go to bed anytime I wanted. Turns out that is 9 p.m. I'ma see if this works on women. Never mind. What animals do you think you could take in a fight? You, probably. Why would you say this? Employee said her laptop was broken. She said, it just doesn't work right. I held down the power button for 10 seconds, turned it back on and handed it back. She said, wow, what did you do? I told her, I recalibrated the thermal capacitors and reset the ROM buffer. She thanked me profusely and told 3 other people I'm a genius. I don't think about these much anymore. Was this tweeted by Skarmory? Whenever I say goodbye to my 4-year-old at school, I tell him something silly like, I love you stronger than Hulk. And he says something like, I love you faster than a cheetah. But this morning he was mad at me. We had a dispute over not biting the baby. And he goes, I only love you normal today. This girl in my class's laptop died. And she just sighed and pulled out another one. She was expecting it. I've been killing it with older people lately. They'll ask, how's it going? So I'll respond with, another day. They'll say back, another $1, right? Then I'll hit them with, hopefully more than one. And they're loving it. I'm 26 years old. No job, no car, no girlfriend. 5 or 6. Why is that like... You can't control that though. Live with my parents, multiple health issues, terminally online, loves Pokemon, no social life. Is it over for me, yes or no? Have you considered finding any passion in your heart and soul at all and pursuing it feverishly? None of y'all know what propaganda actually is, do you? It's when a British person takes a good look at something. This is legitimately the absolute funniest thing anyone has ever added to one of my posts. Thank you for your service. YouTube purposely hides thousands of videos of dead rats from potentially interested The hell is this? Oh, it's this guy. Wait, this person has said this before? I don't know. Anyway, this girl broke up with a hood dude and had the audacity to start liking my pictures. You think I'm gonna die in a drive-by over you? You're blocked. If you don't have a hood dude as your ex, feel free to enter my DMs. I, a rock collector, had to go to the ER yesterday because of a gallstone attack. Here is how my father messaged me. Seems you need to be more particular about the type of rocks you collect. Thanks, Dad. This was the correct thing to say. Would you guys like me to do a whole video on rocks? Like stone rocks memes? Joking about a kink is a gateway drug into developing said kink. My kink is mental, emotional, and financial stability. Unrealistic, instead of a choking like normal people. I was pulled over by a police officer. He looked at my license and said, "You're supposed to be wearing glasses." I said I have my contacts. He says he didn't care who I know. Rare childhood Christmas memory. Not being able to take a bath because there's a carp in the bathtub. Non-Slavic people thinking this is a meme post and not real. Nope, this is a meme post. I don't believe you. Oh, you disagree with me? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm both an anti-bad thingist and a pro-good thingist. So if you disagree with me, that means you're against the good things and for the bad things. Looks like I win again. Asking, hey, is it fine if I smoke in here? And before you're able to answer, I've already set up a full rack of salmon over a fire in your living room. Ain't no way I just saw my mechanic and his kids going to Wendy's in my car. I want to sit under your desk and do silly stuff with my mouth to distract you while you work. I am chewing electrical cords. Driving with your hand resting on the gear shift invokes blood memory of riding a horse with your hand resting on the pommel of your sword. If you grew up in America, you probably almost died in the woods when you were 14 or 15. It's a universal experience. Really? Is this an American thing? How did you guys almost die in the woods then? I want to know. I think in the UK, what's a universal thing to die? Maybe getting run over, yeah? I didn't even know I had this option. Hey, you forgot to block me on Spotify. I can't believe a Doom meme made me understand why the whole horror fans are wholesome, while wholesome fans are horrific phenomenon exists. Fun fact, the reason Doom has such a wholesome fan base is because almost all their games are a giant stress reliever, disguised as justified demon genocide. How it feels when the guy you murdered last year stops coming into your dreams. God, I can't do anything wrong. Throws beer bottle at the wall, but it bounces off and lands perfectly right side up. Who's that? The very quiet. Tumblr this is why I like Tumblr, for interactions like this. Mums in Africa be like, now finish your meal, sweetie. There are starving children in Africa. Large amounts of proof that alcohol destroys lives.
Data shows that a small amount of alcohol is actually good for you.
POV, you just ended 3 people in Norway. Welcome to prison, scumbag. You have a gym, you have a pool, you have an arcade, you have it all. What the hell? Ignore the dog. Stop giving out peak music to normies. Do not advertise this song. It needs to stay hidden. They shouldn't have given me that $1,200. Accidental coffee drip that would have done numbers on 2011 Tumblr. A firm yes to become a freshwater buffalo. Yes, I need this. Women calling each other beautiful. Men calling each other handsome. My love language. If a vampire did this to me, every single drop of the blood in my body would rush to my pee-pee, and she wouldn't be able to drink anything. In Mr. Peabody and Sherman, during the climax, Bill Clinton can be seen flirting with Mona Lisa in the background. Your time off request has been denied. Oh no. Anyway, I'm going away, so yeah. Gaming isn't fun anymore. Guys, we have a lot of good games. It's just that you're older. Let's see who you really are. Just what I thought. Today is a great Saturday. Had this sandwich, and then found this raisin guy. Yeah, maybe don't post jokes like this considering SpongeBob is a miner. He's a sponge that lives in a pineapple under the sea, you sick monster. My cat always wanted to eat my protein pancake. He is also an incel. There's money left over this month. Something bad is about to happen. Hello? A thief is trying to use your card at a grocery store in Texas. I am at a grocery store in Texas. Oh my gosh, do you see him? Grandmas once a year when they feel like they aren't getting enough attention. Day 2, I'm already feeling like a superhero. You're about to explode. Tetris players when they see unsupervised children. This joke doesn't even make sense. I know, I just dislike Tetris because I'm bad at it. Serbs and American Southerners are similar in their mentalities. Hurrah for Dixieland from Serbia. I got the Miku ramen. My boyfriend said it is 1, good. 2, nuclear blue. Like, more blue than the color itself blue. I'll try it later tonight and post a follow-up. Okay, so standard rice noodles, unusual for something labeled as ramen. And the powder is just a tinge off-white. I can detect blue. Added boiling water up to the fill line and let it set for 4 minutes. And they noodlified Miku's hair. You're the soup now. They weren't kidding when they said nuclear blue. Blue glow of Krenkov radiation from underwater nuclear reactors. I thought that was someone's legs swimming in it. In 1968, researcher Calhoun built a mouse utopia with unlimited food and no predators. Okay, but what are they researching exactly? This doesn't look like like utopia to me. This looks like hell. Good luck. 3 hours later. Your orgiectomy was a success. Where's my truck? Who do you think took your nuts? No. Behold, a square. A shape with 4 sides of equal length, with 4 right angles. You will never be a real square. You will never conform to platonic form. Your sides will never be parallel. You are simply a circle twisted by geometry into a mockery of what you once were. The 4 phases of meme posting. Phase 1, actual meme posting. Potato. Lol, funny. Phase 2, offensive humor posting. Man, these groups are kinda cringe, I guess. This is kind of edgy and unfunny, but I guess it's just a meme. Questionable posting, outright hate posting. POV. The guy she tells you not to worry about. What are you gonna do? Breastfeed? You look like Chucky's non-binary child. No, go to bed. Bro, shut up, Fortnite profile picture. You have an anime profile picture. I guess we are both insecure about showing our faces online. Other mineral sunscreen. You look like my cousin's drawings of a pineapple. 1 out of 10 dad, because you saved me. Didn't save your haircut though, my boy. You look like a lesbian Jeffrey Dahmer. Why is she looking surprised like she hasn't seen that before? Hi everyone, GTA 6 will now release on Thursday, November 19th, 2026. It took 1 year to build me. The Empire State Building has a Twitter account. There's your new iPhone 11. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And I've looked in the mirror. Why are you both holding the door open for a boy? That's the problem right there. You look like rain would melt you. Genghis Khan built the largest empire in human history. His army killed 1 out of every 10 people alive, and he called it peace. A ridiculous huge percentage of the world's human population may be related to Khan. Explains my mediocre dong size. Starlink service is now active in Ukraine. Thanks, appreciate it. How are you tweeting and fighting? The same way you're tweeting and not getting any women. A big guy does charity work by going to a blind barber. Oh my god, that lip is huge. She looks like someone with a peanut allergy that just won a peanut butter eating contest. Her French kiss includes Belgium. Pablo Escobar used to announce drug prices on the radio every morning at 8 AM without the fear of government. Meanwhile, here you are posting a video of a movie too scared to share its name. Dude looks like the final boss of volunteer firefighters. Man looks like a golem, but instead of rocks, he's made from a barbershop floor. Throwback Thursday to my stupid hair I got at 21. I would ask for ID if you were buying chocolate milk. They'd get asked for ID buying an energy drink. His character looks like a WWE. Create a character where you max out the belly but keep the abs. Lol, you have never got with a pretty girl. Ever. Could be said about any dude who ever smashed you. Why are you so full of hate for people you don't even know? Bro is shaped like Unreal Engine's default character asset. Nobody likes you. Nobody thinks you're beautiful. Nobody cares about you. I know. Hi, I am nobody. Nobody has bad taste. Peace was not an option. Not all fat people die early. Skinny ones die too. Yeah, but I'll fit in my coffin. What does your hairdresser do for a job? Broke men are hurting American women's marriage prospects. Lots of insecure men replying to this one. You literally have your Cash App in your Twitter bio. Pipe down, you tramp. And your dad sends me money. What of it? At least you made more of an effort than your actual dad. To be clear, I strongly believe in crypto, but it can't drive a massive increase in fossil fuel use, especially coal. Billy, when you made Dogecoin, did you try to consider energy usage, or was that not something you thought of? How can the dev community make Doge more efficient? I made Doge in like 2 hours. I didn't consider anything. This dude is built like an action figure, and Linus is built like the guy who collects them. Steiny is what happens when a ventriloquist dummy gains sentience. Is your dad a pirate? No, why? Because you're a treasure. My dad abandoned me. Well, an abandoned treasure. Started realizing women appreciate the fact that you've made plans sometimes even more than the plan itself. It's the pre-thought part that has them. Local man discovers effort. This is not just for women, this goes for guys too. Please don't reject this man from our school. If you've seen this guy's speech, it sounds oddly familiar. So you're not smart. Got it. That's disappointing. Sweetie, I'll have you know I'm at the very top of the bell curve where the smart people are. Darling, you have yet to give me evidence of that. Want to try again? I was making fun of myself. The top of the bell curve is the average IQ. Okay, why do I feel like your IQ has actually dropped recently? Because I'm interacting with idiots like you. There is expanding foam with rat poison, or metal shards to keep rodents out. I doubt OP used that type of foam though. This is not the work of someone who outsmarts the rats. Teamwork is not making the dream work in this video. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a cop. Hell, I even wanted to be a hero. And body cams and cell phones showed me that there's people who were not the heroes we were taught to believe. And that taught me they were cowards. Congrats. I'm just glad that you didn't become an English teacher. Leaving girls on red is funny, because it must really suck to be left on red by a guy that's 5'7", has no friends or ambition whatsoever, had a 2.6 GPA in community college, and the closest thing to a hobby he has is tweeting meaningless stuff to followers that don't care. No, we care. I remember the time I was really sick, and me being skinny naturally, I lost even more weight during the sickness. My friends came to visit and said I was in 2D. Single father of 12, looking for a nice woman to come and share my world. Him and his disciples can stay where they're at. Jacob sometimes low-key reminds me of a 90s anime depiction of an American. Quick and easy dinner today. Mexican food would hit the Nordics like smallpox hit the natives. My friend sent me. Blind date? More like an ambush. What did you cut those with? Your fist? Bro, it looks like you're allergic to life. So dense he would sink in mercury. Why are there handicap spots at church? Is your head for decoration? America rap music most funny. Male musician. I'm a pervert. I like dirty women. I like butt. Female musician. I'm a dirty woman. Look at my butt. This is the only message in West music. Getting roasted by an ambulance is crazy. Wee woo, wee woo. Who's a celebrity that people wouldn't find attractive if they weren't famous? Every time a girl has said Post Malone was cute, I almost threw up in my mouth. Is that the guy who looks like a school detention desk? Tyra Banks looks like she just left the set of Jurassic Park. Whenever I get a stack of resumes, I immediately throw half of them in the garbage. I don't want unlucky people working in our department. Reddit Hivemind, after realizing that they are looked at as the weird social media by other social medias, the term Redditor is literally used as an insult on other apps. On other apps, it's used as an insult here. She's feeling like a Glee episode. That's not a good thing. My 7-year-old got mad at his brother and called him ugly, and his brother got really upset about it and started crying. They're identical twins. Identical twins. My checkmark is real. That checkmark is as real as my YouTube career. Claims to be a fact checker, yet spreads misinformation and AI-induced propaganda. You look like the kind of person who would struggle to count while wearing oven mitts. What happens to men who go their entire life having never known the mere embrace of a woman? Do they eventually turn into a shriveled moldy husk? They post her. Slugged up Florida girl. If hot dog water was a person, why are her teeth so yellow? Are they gold? Like what the? Real estate just seemed too slow for me. Spend $300K for $1,700 a month? Bro, you're really out here acting like Warren Buffett, while your credit score looks like a bowling average. Yo, do you take HDMI or DisplayPort? Dude's made up of leftover body parts. He looks like a lightly microwaved Ken doll after being dipped in wood glue. You look like a merge of all the Mr. Beast members. You look like Elmer's glue. Bro's fingers look like they just got out of a pool. Why as Americans are we worried? You're American, of course you're not worried. Empathy is not on the McDonald's menu. Filth, all of you. You're literally a car. Maybe he was. Tariffs will finally bring some prices down hopefully, like the iPhone, Samsung. 1,000 to 1,200 is ridiculous. Apologies for the very personal question, but were you homeschooled by a pigeon? Cool. Long toenails look 100 times better than short, stubby toenails on women. Ladies, can we stop keeping our toenails so short? You guys are just jealous because she's about to snatch your men up from the skies. Caca! That model sealed your fate, bro. You're not beating the femboy allegations anymore. I hope your diet consists of strictly British cuisine going forward. It's not even that bad. That's not bad at all. What type of insult's this? Where are you from, huh? Those dead soulless eyes. Like he was a seagull in the past life. I had no Alfredo sauce, so I use mayonnaise and cheddar cheese. I hope this made your credit score go down. Neurotypical people aren't as cool as you. I can take the truth. I mean, I don't know any neurotypical people that are obsessed with Sniper Scout. Soft bone? What? Wait, no. Nah, man, I don't steal your tweets. I steal your women. So that's why you're still alone. 23, bored at work. Burn me like a forest fire. You're definitely in my league. Did you just put yourself in a mid-off with me? I really wish I could stop farting out of my butt. The human activity of writing, expressing language with symbols and marks, was independently invented thousands of years ago by people in Mesopotamia, Egypt, China, southern Mexico, and Guatemala. Today, their hard work finally paid off. Looks like her tummy hurts, but she's trying to be brave and power through it. Jelly Roll makes music for people who have tattoos of their children, but don't have custody of them. Okay, I won't tell you what I did, but here are some things that happened to me. Rested her head on my shoulder while we were studying. I didn't know. Kissed me when I gave her a gift. I didn't know. Asked me what I wanted to do if hypothetically we were on a date. I didn't know. Cuddled on the same bed. I was starting to suspect, but I didn't make a move. That was damn embarrassing. Brother might be denser than a neutron star. Black hole is a whole lot brighter than this. I feel like this guy smells like the inside of a pumpkin. I'm gonna be a dad. He looks like a kindergarten teacher, talking to parents about their first Thanksgiving play. My dad won't remove the plastic cover from his dash screen. He bought the car a year ago. The last time he took off the protective cover, he had a kid. Can you believe that it's been 2 years? He looks like if Tyler Vitelli and Ryan Gosling had a child. Is there any special lady in your life? No, there's not. In fact, I've probably broken a record for the least amount of doing the deed for a person who has his own television show. Probably broke yours. On my 3 years in Reddit and lurking in pretty much all subreddits, I have realized that the majority of Redditors are absolutely stupid whether they are right or wrong. Opens Instagram. Yep, everyone's life is still better than mine. Closes Instagram. Opens Twitter. Ah yes, my fellow trash brethren. The fact that Head & Shoulders doesn't have a body wash called Knees and Toes disappoints me as much as I disappoint my parents. Oh, almost. Nearly. With Christie, Sydney Sweeney racked up 3 box office flops. Maybe we should swap usernames. Girl flopping. Reddit is a place full of people that aren't smart. Your post must be an unpopular opinion. Removed. When she wants to put on white noise, she looks like a female Asian David Schwimmer. I dress up when working from home. I've seen fewer filters in a carton of Marlboros. Toxic salts. Yes, I forgot about Tupperware's material. If you're putting Tupperware on a grill, I don't think the chemicals can do much more damage to your brain. Trent and his girlfriend. She could drink a pint of milk and it would be out of date by the time it reaches her stomach. Perry Farrell looks like a 60-year-old lesbian art teacher. How can he look like a camel in human form? I thought that was Justin Bieber's wife, or I forgot her name. If you take any longer, he'd be late. The risk reward. Is it enough? Whacker bad. Were you trying to write a haiku? I think they were having a stroku. He looks like he's going to be reincarnated as a gas station knife. I was like, damn, look at them knees, and then I realized the cold, dark truth. Her butt is so flat, it's an optical illusion. Her butt is so obviously flat, there's an entire society formed to prove it's round. Somewhere, a subreddit is going unmoderated. Why must I keep seeing these 2 canola oil bottles? Okay, but can he actually describe what woke means without sounding like a thesaurus having a seizure? I haven't been in a Marshall's in years. Not Paul. You're there now. Sorry about your dad getting laid off. You look like a Milky Boy bar. Is that Gordon Ramsay? I burnt the glizzy, man. I want that one that looks like Harvey Dent. 5'2" male. Short. Your Reddit avatar looks like Justin Timberlake in his noodle hair era. Silence, peasant. I'm broke too. What do you do with your money, man? The hell? What do you do with your money? My money is my business. Don't worry about mine. Worry about yours. Every month, my friend comes asking me for money. He's decent and pays me back on time whenever I send him some. I had to say no today for the last time, and this is his response. Every month? That's not a friend. That's a subscription. You're a sneeze away from death, and you want to spend it being rude to a person? He looks like he drops common loot when defeated. Leather tunic and 3 gold pieces had Go do yourself with a cactus laced in salt. Thank you. What do you all mean Wednesday? That's not even a whole day. Americans spend $1 trillion on defense. Where is it? You look like Spider-Man if he was Canadian. 2001 hairstyle dude was thinking the same. Dude is Matthew Perry if Matthew Perry was Alex Jones. Hey, I'm a co-developer of this game and I really appreciate you playing it. It looks like you're having some fun too. That's really great. However, we never intended that players will struggle this much. I would advise you to look up some guides online because you are completely clueless and probably our worst player ever so far. Does your enormous forehead make you smarter? Yes, it grew after those 2 MIT degrees. But William, Bill, Billy, can I call you Billy? Billy, I'm going to need you to be absolutely for real right now. What is MGK doing? He looks like his cigarette butt came to life. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are officially dating. This pairing is so 5th season of a TV show, and the writers ran out of ideas coded. There's a girl at my job, and I made the joke today that she seems like the type who had parents that would let her sing to the whole restaurant as a kid. The algorithm really did its thing bringing me this. Oh, is this the girl? He's a mix of the whole cast of Stranger Things. He looks like the kid from Gravity. I can't believe I forgot his name. You drank a lot of bleach when you were younger, right? What in the Kentucky Fried Frick was that? You cabbage-brained idiot. You tell me I drank bleach as a kid when you can't spell were, right? Go away. You're a 10-watt bulb in a 200-watt socket. That has to be the biggest neck I've ever seen. He went for a tattoo on his neck, and they just charged him for a sleeve. I can't wait for you to visit Barnsley. I'll fill you in. Silly idiot. I'll Chinese burn your neck. Ryan, all jokes aside, mate, I would actually do you in. I'd hide in the back of the net. You'd never even find me. Why, the flat design era is finally over. Bro is built like a bowling pin with a mustache. What decade does my hairstyle look like it belongs in? Looks like he pulled hair from a drain and put it on his head. The Rock versus the Stone. She is the type of girl to buy a water bottle and go to the ocean to set it free. A message to our competitors. We're not going anywhere. 3 years we buy you for $500 and make you a not safe for work company. Looks like she got in a car wreck with a tackle box on the dashboard. Noah's Ark couldn't carry these animals. My teammates lack a frontal lobe and seem to have been lobotomized. Your bird does gun fingers at a KSI concert. What is going on with the pasta? This is the kind of guy that likes eating Snickers upside down, so the chocolate vein runs against... Bro, what? The look on her face when following the finger was priceless. IQ of a bean and cheese burrito from 7-Eleven. Ghost town in UK. Waterlooville is the sort of place you feel overdressed with both of your ears. You win the prize. Who needs sunglasses when you have eye winnings? I was lifeguarding and a little boy threw his ball out of the water and his mum goes, maybe if you ask the pretty lifeguard, she will grab the ball for you. This kid looked me dead in the eye and goes, where's the pretty one? How do you turn 0? Neurologists would whistle like mechanics if they saw your brain. It's comical. Women complain about how hard it is to find a good man. Bro's made of pre-something. I definitely thought the second guy was Russell Crowe in a Johnny Depp costume. It is not. He's like the most bullseye-like human I've ever seen. When a dude in Denver almost hit my car, then yelled at me, watch it pronouns. He didn't she/them there. 51-year-old Trick Daddy says he's not attracted to women over 35. You women are damaged goods. The irony of men who looked like a collapsed recliner talking about damaged goods is wild. Trick is built like expired milk left in the car during July, but somehow women over 35 are the problem. A customer asked for brown bread, and I didn't hear them, so I said, you're having sourdough? But forgot to ask it like a question, and she just said okay. Little Pump is the type of guy to buy some money. Lil Pump the type of dude to wake you up to ask if you're asleep. Why are all virgins convinced they are great lovers? I used to be convinced I was great at hurting myself, but look how that turned out. Thinking about the time a guy on Grindr asked me to humiliate him for his tiny peepee, and it was the same size as mine. Loki manages to look like caveman SpongeBob, a Gumby from Monty Python, and a dog who was just shown a magic trick. Sorry, English? Oh, you are English. I says, your eyes are not beautiful. They're not. Yes, of course. That's not very nice. Sorry to tell you, but it's the reality. Damn, so they were just trying to be mean to you. It's not even like flirting.
What?
Here in Germany, we still find World War II bombs that didn't explode yet. But in Britain, you guys don't have the struggles. And you know why? Because our bombs were made in Germany. Know what your biggest fear is a roleplay game? Getting hacked. It's not that it's my biggest fear. It's not that it's up that it's... What the frick? It's up that not my biggest fear, at least it's just my smallest fear. Duh. I could understand alphabet soup better than you. Spot's moon, but it's day. 8-year-old me. Wait, that's illegal. Little kids, when they fall down and get hurt, them for 3 seconds. Also them after 3 seconds. What kids eat now versus what kids ate back then. I wonder what's worse, Primal Bleach. When you drink the last few drops of your parents' drink as a kid. When a kid says he has a gajillion dollars in 3rd grade. So you say you have infinity and a gajillion. 6-year-old me in the supermarket, wondering where mummy go. Mom, where are you? The guy in the information area. Come, this is no place to die. Normal speech. Brain rot. Kids at public school. This isn't just restricted to kids. This is me. This is you. This is us. Me. It's so nice. My kid is playing so quietly. My child nonchalantly walking out of the kitchen. Whose child is this? One day I saw a ninja. They spelled that wrong. I screamed as loud as I can. Kid emailing me an autism test. Me, who got all the questions right. Flawless. And you gotta babysit, but those kids don't listen. Fight Club, baby edition. 6-year-old me, flexing my 64 colors Crayola pack to my classmates. The classmates. I didn't have I had the pens. Disney. I say Disney. This guy, when he was 6 years old, said Disney. What everyone sees versus what 7-year-old me sees. 5-year-old me. Is this the Eiffel Tower? After all, why not? Why shouldn't I do this with my mac and cheese? This is how little kids cough. They just never cover their mouth. It's disgusting. No one. Toddlers, after being unattended for 0.32 seconds. 6-year-old me, trying to connect the opposite poles of a magnet. Me as a kid, sneaking downstairs in the middle of the night for a snack. Bravo 6 going dark. fuck my mother. A couple kids just dug this deep hole at the beach and it just keeps attracting a ton of boys. The boys at the beach. You have my shovel and my rake and my bucket. Nobody. Kids, do you have any games on your phone? What parents see versus what kids see. It's been an hour. They're still looking for their car keys that the kid buried inside the sand. Kids meet convicted predators. I would not send my kid to this video. What? How? Why? I don't care. This is... No. Unless it's like false allegations, but then that kind of defeats the whole point of the title. No! My 5-year-old nephew asked how long my newborn needed to charge before he could go home. It's a heart rate monitor. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, limit. I wanted to dress my nephew as a zombie, but he ended up looking like a full stack developer. Kid is born on the 1st of April. The kid. Am I a joke to you? Or is everyone a joke to you? 8-year-old me. Not a cell phone in sight, with a can of hairspray and a lighter, just absolutely living my best life. Kid. I want to be like Spider-Man when I grow up. His mum, his dad, his uncle, his aunt. The face of someone whose mum wouldn't let him hold his own poop in his hands. 3 kids and no money. No kids and 3 money. Kids who died of dehydration because you can't drink until you're 21. Kids 20,000 BC. My drawings will become famous for thousands of years to come. Kids now. I got in trouble for drawing a pee-pee on the school bathroom stool. My kid looking at their imaginary hero doing parkour while in the car. Me, happy to see my old friend again. How 6-year-old me thought what the picture would look like if I traced my hand. How it actually turned out. 10-year-old me with a mechanical pencil. Doctor. School. You can't bring weapons. Kids. Some kids had the sharpest nails at school. I remember getting scratched every now and then by, I don't know, just contact, I guess. Damn. That's a forgotten memory. I don't want to put anyone on blast, but Alec. In 1910, there was a US baseball team made up of death row inmates whose execution dates were delayed as long as they were winning. Me after realizing there's a child in here. Adult me when I lose a tooth. 7-year-old me when I lose a tooth. Kid thinks she lives in Fortnite. Minecraft players who tried punching a tree in real life. Well, the world is more like Minecraft than Fortnite, so you're okay. When I was a kid, I was hospitalized because my Game Boy shut off in the middle of a gym leader battle on Emerald. And I got so mad that I took the batteries out and ate them. I'm not joking you. A kid at my job came in wearing one of these today. A kid's show. Stupid theory about it. I love the theories, even if they're stupid. Today, one of my 3-year-old students told me that his dad died. I tit up on the spot and gave him plenty of extra love and attention. My heart absolutely ached at the thought of him experiencing such a profound loss. Guess who strolled in with a Happy Meal at pickup time? Me, trying to act cool behind a bus so the kids in the back don't make fun of me. A group of kids walking by playing rock, paper, scissors, and they just said, bro, scissors is actually OP. A 9-year-old Vietnamese child on my flight was watching me play Ball Ultra and did this every 30 seconds trying to understand it. You should have explained it. My friends and all our dads listening to the laser tag employee give the instructions. Today's 3-year-olds can switch on laptops and open their favorite apps. Me, when I was 3, I ate mud. Kids exchange, or is it kids sex chat? 90s and early 2000s toddlers were like, sandwich plus VHS tape equals why not? Why shouldn't I put that in here? If you counsel school because it's cold out, you might as well counsel it when it's over 100 degrees. Your terms are acceptable. Kids have crushes. Men have girlfriends. I have one. Nobody. Kids in middle school. I was the kid with the massive backpack. 6-year-old me smiling into the CCTV camera to make the security guy's day. A kid in a Spider-Man costume asks me if he's really Spider-Man. I reply with, of course you are, to make him happy. He jumps off the building. Kid, how are babies made? Mum's answer. Dad's answer. 2 very, very different answers. I can't show that board. Mum, I can't find the ketchup. POV mum. She just spawns in the ketchup from thin air. I've had this with pretty much everything that I've owned and my mum just finds it. Kids today getting their video games turned into a movie. Get this. Kids in my day got this. And then I'm sure kids in 10 years will have any sort of movie because it'll be made with AI. Why did you get detention today? For telling another student he looks like a Minecraft character. 5-year-old me cries and screams in front of people because wants ice cream. Mum, we have ice cream. My mum never did this to me. Schools when you get bullied versus schools when you bring gum in class. It's because idiots put the gum under the desk. It's disgusting. So glad I grew up with this and not this. What do you mean? Fortnite was great. Prime Fortnite? 90s kids, 2000 kids, 2010s kids, 2020 kids. Back to school ads in Walmart, but kids just trying to enjoy summer break. 5-year-old me trying to convince my friends to go raid the girls' side of the playground. We do these things not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Little kids, people with Down syndrome or disabilities, they just stare. When my son was 5, he asked, What does coffee taste like? I replied. Unfortunately, not as good as it smells. His response, oh, like shampoo. Parents put this on for my 6-year-old brother. I tried to tell them it wasn't age appropriate, and when Goomy Goo got eviscerated, he screamed and cried for like 30 minutes. Good. Toddlers have this weird duality where they'll panic completely if their head goes underwater for even a quarter of a second, but also have the ability to hold their breath for 3 solid minutes in between sobs to exaggerate how annoyed they are that you won't give them ice cream for dinner. My 2-year-old literally told me what he wanted for dinner. Hot dogs, tomatoes, grapes. Went with me to the store to get it, scanned it at the self-checkout by himself, cut up the grapes, tomatoes, and hot dog with his toddler knife, put it all on his own plate, then refused to eat dinner. Mum, look how cute he is playing with his Legos. The law. 8-year-old me, riding my bike home in the pouring rain. The art kid. My drawing sucks, it's so bad. I hate when artists do this. It's like,
My drawing's so bad, it doesn't even look good.
I'm just thinking to myself, wow, that's bad to you? You know that ain't bad, come on. Trying to waste time in class. The kid that asks the teacher personal questions. The kid that gets in trouble. Yeah, I was both of these kids. I did both. Multitasking. When I was a kid, I thought doing the deed was just kissing while you were naked. And one time when I got out of the shower, I kissed my cat on the head. And then I remembered I was naked and ran downstairs crying, saying that I had sex with the cat. You should have seen my mum's face. Wait, why were you crying about that though? You're allowed to kiss your cat, are you not? What everyone else sees versus what 10-year-old me saw. My child won't eat meat. What can I replace it with? A dog. Dogs love meat. 13-year-old me. Come on, do something. What is the cutest mistake you've ever seen someone make? My 12-year-old son called me at work early one evening. He was home trying to help with making dinner for his siblings and for me and his mum before we got home. I could hear the frustration in his voice. He was trying to mash the potatoes. Holy cow, Dad. I never realized how strong Mum was. I can't do it. It took me a minute to think and then said, son, did you cook them all the way? He replied, cook them. At bedtime, the 8-year-old told me his teacher said, think of your mind like a pond full of fish and each fish is a feeling. Try to be the pond, not the fish. And all I can say is primary school has significantly improved. He threw himself on the floor because I was busy cooking, dropping my little man off for his first day of school. So proud. Moments like these are what fatherhood is all about. When a little kid takes a drink out of your water bottle, asking a blatantly tired toddler if they are tired is deeply offensive in their culture.
No, I'm not tired.
I let the local elementary school art class do my weather graphics for tonight's newscast. I think they nailed it. You little bastards have it too easy now. The average American teenager. I asked my dad about this. I said, Dad, do you think we have it harder or easier? He said harder. I don't think a lot of people are saying it's easier or they're just stupid. Wife, don't play too rough with the kids while I'm gone. Okay. Homemade maze using cardboard boxes. Kids then use flashlights to find their way out. How come I never thought about this as a kid? Step 1, grab kids. Step 2, kids maze. Step 3, profit. Children finding money underneath their pillows instead of their teeth. Curious. I asked my kid what she wanted to do over the long weekend and she said, go to the big library and then eat a croissant. A flawless itinerary. Waiter, kids under 10 eat free. Dad, he's 9.
Actually,
Dad, you can't see it because you're now an adult. I was gonna say this kid knows what he's doing, but someone else is doing this to him. Me, at the dinner table, after my son said the exact words the demon 12 years ago said he would say to reveal his return. What the kids next door are probably doing. What it sounds like they're doing. My son fell off his scooter at the park, and a cat came and sat on him. It's healing. 12-year-old me, waiting for my mum to notice the sandwich I made for her while she was at work. Kids born after 2000s don't know what this is. Shut up. This is a PC. My 6-year-old bro fell asleep in the shopping cart at Walmart. My stepmom didn't want to bother him, so she kept stacking groceries. Sir, mum said no to McDonald's. What's our next course of action? Kid me, when everyone makes a big deal about my birthday. Older me, when everyone leaves me alone on my birthday. I'd like to be with family, but yeah. Kid becomes 18 years old. The orphanage. It doesn't sit right with me that we don't have another name for when your cousin has a baby. Like, who is that to me? Also my cousin? No, he's not. Only 40 BC's kids will understand this. I'm this old. I'm not this old. Before iPhones, we had this. This was probably your setup at some point. How an only child plays board games. I would like to be the top hat, please. Of course, darling. How siblings play board games. The top hat's mine in your face. And then they start fighting. Me to 6-year-old. When I'm an old lady who can't walk, will you carry me? You know there are lots of things you can use to help you walk. And now I know which one of my kids is for sure shipping me off to a nursing home in my old age. Boomers. You kids today and your dumb participation trophies. It makes your generation weak. Also boomers. Won a war and lost a war. The definition of swag in 90... Hey, hasn't changed. This is still the definition of swag in 2025. Remember this kid? This is him now. We've all been through this. What, Slinkies? How my trust issues started. I bought one of these. Your baby is so cute. How old is it? 32 months. Oh, you like math? Determine the velocity. Kid 1. He's making a list. He's checking it twice. Quiet kid. He's bringing me an improvised explosive device. 10 to 12 years kids studying at 8 to 10 p.m. Average adults. Kid hitting me with okay boomer. Me hitting him with my car. Kids have crushes. Men have girlfriends. I have a stapler with no staples in it. My kidnapper's returning me back after listening to me talk about Among Us for 2 hours. Kids today are addicted to games. Boomer. Boomers made games. Take that. Most kids, boomers. I bought my own PC. No, you should be playing outside. My nephew. I built my own gaming PC. That's cool. I wish I knew as much about computers as you do. Who else used to have tea parties with this set? Not me. Impressive. Very nice. Now let's see the modern kids who actually saw the movie and not some random memes with Patrick Bateman. You, when kids have fun. I hate you and I hope you die. I'm 11 and I like things. 6-year-old me opening automatic doors. 38-year-old me opening automatic doors. 7-year-old me wearing my new clothes on my first day of school so I look cool. 7-year-old me at the pool. No one. Kids in Chernobyl. Dude, how did the 12-year-old me go to school every day, play video games for 10 hours after school, sleep for 3 hours, repeat for years while eating? I don't know how I did it, but I made it. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture. They're the same. Me. Gets on bus and starts playing games on my phone. Random 6-year-old behind me. Phone. 90s kid. Only 90s kids will remember this. 2000s kid. Hey, I remember that. No, you don't. You're a liar. Family horrified by polite notice. Restaurant staff hands out. We request any customers dining in with young children to keep noise at a reasonable level and to not let children run around the restaurant. It is dangerous as our staff are often walking around with hot food. Additionally, it is inconsiderate to the other diners in order to look after both. Wait, how are they horrified? I see why that's in quotations. This is like a standard. Look after your kids. Kid beats cancer. Weebs for no reason. But can he beat Goku though? No, he can't. My stepdad told me it was pointless to apply to med school because I was too stupid to be a doctor. 8 years later, and one of us is an unemployed loser with a drinking problem, and the other is making 6 figures and going to Hawaii this weekend to renew his wedding vows with my mum. My 4-year-old slipped half corn cob in a water bottle, plus called it corn water, screwed it tight, checks daily, guards it scrumptiously. Tonight, he took a stealthy sip, announced it needs another day. I just realized he's making moonshine. Kids nowadays, is baby Gronk the new drip king for rizzing up Livy Dunn? If so, then stick your get out for the me who is 23 years old. How Redditors act when a Balkan kid pirates a game or movie older than them. I have a feeling a Balkan kid made this meme. I've never heard of this being a stereotype. Happy Halloween. Please only take 1 cig per kid, or just light one up and take a drag and put it back. This is why I have to stop and think before pressing X. Why are X's all different on different consoles? I hate it. Have they copyrighted certain locations? Like, only 90s kids can solve this Magic Eye image. I can't. Children are up to 2 years ahead. Calls to regulate billion-dollar private tutoring industry. Kids who see private tutors are up to 2 years ahead of other children in school. And of course, this has provoked experts to call for changes in private tutoring, not school. How my kid smiles for a $200 package of school photos. My friend said she can't hang out this week because she just gave birth to a baby. Why did I say to a baby as if it's like an alien? You have known the baby 1 day and me 13 years, but okay, that is a baby. Texas restaurant opens early to serve 3-year-old girl with leukemia her favorite meal. Now this is a great way to end this video. 82 years young, deadlifting 210 pounds. I'm never giving up my seat on the bus ever again. Bro's getting a cut in the middle of class. Idea: dig a hole straight through the middle of the earth to create 2 halves. What purpose does this serve? I don't know. This is my plan to reclaim the Atlantic Ocean. Not only is this project terribly expensive, but it also benefits no one, and it has unimaginable consequences for the climate. Zombies and mummies are the same monster. They just come from different socio-economic backgrounds. This doesn't seem very safe. Speed limit 250. Just seen a guy riding a camel down the street in Florida. Please, they're so perfect. Why is everyone bald? These 3 random men in my photo look like the same person. I'm creeped out when the developers get lazy making NPCs. I don't see how people can stay in one place for the rest of their life and not explore the world. Poverty. Also, I just like being at home. Can someone tell me how to get rid of face fat? There's actually some exercises that can help you lose face fat. Turn your head to your left, then your head to the right. Do this a few times. Now do that every time someone offers you food. Fat Kool-Aid man weight, 11,000 pounds. What neighbor does this? I'm moving. I don't know, some neighbors can get weird, I guess, right? Egypt is smaller than the United States, Russia, and China combined. My cousin's been in jail for 6 years, and he finally got to meet his 3-month-old baby. 6 years, 3-month-old baby? Would anyone like to guess how tall this closet is? About 6'7". That was a good guess. Unfortunately, it's 25 feet tall. Just imagine going to PE and seeing this girl, then all the doors are locked. Unless your wife and kid are working, they are not wealth accumulating assets. Get rid of them. Imagine how embarrassing it would be to be exiled from your village in 1500 AD. Or you dad? Do this dare to keep this card. Text your dad asking if he can pick you up a pregnancy test from the drugstore. How was the doctor? They gave me a tropical cream. Can you get me a pregnancy test? Are you telling me you finally got laid? Achieving 4 moustaches is the final stage of manhood. Bullets be ricocheting through the hood and nobody cares. That's right, baby, sound it out. Actually, never mind. I don't need gas anymore. Please see cashier. People sitting in the front row in movie theaters. Honey, your job as a woman is to notice when a man is happy and immediately put a stop to that nonsense. I have $0 delivery fees on DoorDash, so I've started randomly ordering custom cakes whenever I want a sweet treat. Nobody. Middle schoolers on Snapchat. My boy best friend. Don't hit me up. Only my besties know what's wrong. Nobody hit me up. You guys are fake. Nobody cares about me like they say they do. I know 20-year-olds still doing this. Is it over for me? It's crazy how you don't even gotta speak German to understand what he said in this tweet. TikTok is such a weird app. First time brushing my teeth in like a month. Yes, girl, I'm so proud of you. This genuinely made me smile so much. I know not everyone will understand, but I'm really proud. Don't worry, I struggle with that too. Good to see you. Sorry my place is such a mess. Please, have a seat on the sinkhole couch. This is what happens to aluminium when it's hit by a 14-gram piece of plastic going 24,000 kilometers an hour in space. Okay? I can't believe I did it. Over 2,500 miles on a bicycle. 36 days. My mother has effectively adopted this raccoon by feeding it constantly, and now it fully lives in her backyard. For $10, I will edit your ex out of your photo. Serious inquiries only. The type of sandwich I'ma make my husband at 2 a.m. Is your husband Scooby-Doo? I wouldn't want to eat this if you woke me up in the middle of the night. Hell no. So, this guy had a suit of chainmail. I can't hold them back much longer. I was cooking an egg for 5 minutes, and I'm like, dang, what's taking so long? I forgot the egg. You are going to what concert? That sucks, I can't go. Could you maybe post 10 to 15 videos on your story so I can also see it? I hate living here with every fiber of my being. Okay, it's 2 a.m. and I just finished my spray tan. I'm so exhausted. Stay strong, Kim. In 128-degree Death Valley, a man dressed as Darth Vader and ran a mile. So this is like running a mile in a sauna. What are you convinced people are just pretending to enjoy? There's no way you guys enjoy driving manual every day. 8 years ago, I entered the local library's library card contest, not knowing it was for children, and absolutely dominated. Then they made me accept the award at the city hall with the kids I beat. The most dangerous kind of canos are volcanoes. I'm gonna pronounce it like that now. I went camping and caught this on my trail camera. Was he caught in a trap? Sir, the girl you made eye contact with 3 years ago found a boyfriend. Today, I found out that giraffes curl and use their bums as pillows when they sleep, and I can't get over how adorable that is. You will be okay. You have no choice. Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it. You will succeed. It's inevitable. Happiness is coming. You can't escape. Bro, how did this 1956 refrigerator have more features than today's fridges? Why are IT guys such a-holes? Last week, I drove 2 hours to push the power button on a server that 3 separate people assured me was already on. This dude doesn't even talk. Halloween's bone-chilling villain, Michael Myers, is homophobic in new film. When you walk out of the movie theaters while it's daytime. When you walk out and it's night. What the hell? It's night. What does this even mean? Hello, Jeffrey. Unfortunately, due to company policy, we are unable to offer positions to people with the name Jeffrey since it will not work with our database scheme. There should be meeting keyboards. Like, you should be able to pry out the keys and get the meat out of them like crab legs. Imagine if this was a piece of sinewy connective tissue that you could dip in butter and eat. Last night, we stopped in a burger joint with this mural on the wall, and I couldn't tear my eyes away from it. Microsoft and Sony considering in-game ads for Xbox and PlayStation games. Bitcoin fans are psychopaths who don't care about anyone, studies show. My fridge has a screen, so I sometimes get bored and Photoshop myself to make it look like I'm in there. A 54 million year old gecko encased in amber. Is he okay? Yeah, but he's encased in amber. It's insane that armies used to have drummers. Like, hello, yes, we are here to slaughter each other, but before that, my boy Nathaniel's gonna drop a sick beat on y'all. Show them how it's done, Nate. Shrek at 20, an unfunny and overrated low for blockbuster animation. Who wrote this? Finally, we can get back to the way things were. So the demons told you to Snapchat her. Yeah, no one ever wants to talk to me. I'm so ugly. Not me having my first past life regression and finding out I was a literal fairy that lived in the forest. It makes so much more sense. You're schizophrenic. 7th grade is ruining me. I have so much homework, and I have a test every week. School systems are trying to end our social life. I have people to house party in Skype. Screw school, screw 7th grade, screw it all. Every single night I slip into the alley behind my block and release 2 gunshots into the sky to keep the rent in my neighborhood stable. Call that rent control. I'm the only white boy with a cloak at the whole bowling alley. Michael prank on my mum. Michael? Huh? Just kidding. It was just a Michael prank. 5-year-old girl left in tears after she's fined £150 by a London council for setting up a lemonade stand. Just because you're 5 doesn't mean the law doesn't apply to you. This dad leaves motivating notes in his kids' lunches, and they saved all of them. Hi, you are amazing. You are the coolest 8-year-old I know. Love you. Someone just boarded my flight with an emotional support peacock. I like how there's just one guy in the Rolling Stones that dresses like a regular 77-year-old man. He's like, I've been famous, I made all this money, I just want to chill now, okay? I don't want to be a rock star. Nah, babe, never too busy for you. I told my manager about you. Here we go. NASA warns of internet apocalypse that will disable internet for months. Parents are annoyed by this too. I like the idea of a robot being a bounty hunter for hire. What could he need the money for? Dairy products, especially cheese and yogurt, were found to protect against death from any cause, according to new research. Assassin drops empty gun. Why won't you die? Me, eating my 28th block of cheese. I came prepared. I am what they call the conflict escalator, a trained specialist in escalating even the most minor disagreements to the brink of all-out violence. You should work for the CIA. Ladies, don't wear hair extensions while getting an x-ray. My dentist was scared. So is this fight really happening? Because they have already got shirts for it. Wish it did happen. Who would win though? Elon Musk or Mark? Mark's a lot shorter, but still, he's younger. I feel like Elon's a bit sloppy with it. Mark's also a robot. He's got those titanium arms and legs and head. Surfboard, stealing otter. 841 keeps outsmarting Californian authorities, trying to catch her. If you want to know how the week is going, I just took a pillowcase out of the dryer, put it over my head thinking it was a t-shirt to wear to bed, spent 15 seconds inside it searching for the neck hole, and then mumbled, what is this? Pants? Unfortunately for all of us, dating a guy who is nice to you, being obsessed with a guy who hates you. You guys are truly addicted to staying miserable forever. My girlfriend got drunk last night, and the only thing she texted me for 4 hours was, I love you, while getting progressively more drunk. On vacation, you've got to wake up at 7 a.m. to start your day, or you're wasting time. Y'all are hell if I'm on vacation and the earliest I'll get up is at 10 or 11. What are you gonna do at 7 a.m.? Go to work? POV. You're just trying to take a picture of Machu Picchu after hiking 4 days, but this alpaca is adamant on having a staring contest with you. Why are these pigeons just vertically chilling? £800 a month in London. Imagine boiling stew and it splashes on your bedsheet. This is no longer £800. This is like 1,000. If replacing an old dirty dish sponge with a brand new one puts you in a great mood, that means you're over 30. Wendy's straight up told me they ran out of chicken nuggets and gave me a big chicken sandwich patty instead. Least serious language of all time. What do Germans call birth control? Anti-baby-pillen. We ran out of money for marketing. Can someone please write a mean reply to this tweet so we can clap back to it and go viral? Thanks. You make bad shirts. Screw you. This guy has pizza rolls in his cargos. Petition for Cornetto to remove this awful block of chocolate. Hell no, I'm not with you. Yes, this is the most insane take on this website. Damn, they were right. Mario does look like a Target employee. Eddie Brock is the realest hater of all time. Bro went to church to ask God directly to kill Peter Parker. I've gotta respect it. When you accidentally create an entire self-sustaining ecosystem in your 1 month unwashed dishes. You should eat this and see what happens to you. Big score. Found a ton of cotton candy hiding in my attic. Microplastics. My dad dad's colorblind and I screw the colorblind. A new picture of Joe Biden getting off of Air Force One has emerged. He's hidden that. I asked Wingstop for extra ranch because I'm going through a breakup and my ex would always forget ranch, and they did this. Got a smart way to get ranch for free. My friend got a degree in Egyptology but can't get a job, so he's paying more money to get a PhD so he can work teaching other people Egyptology. In his case, college is literally a pyramid scheme. Obsessed with my nephew's science fair project. Chicken wings will make you happier. Chicken wings made me and my family happier after eating every day for 6 weeks. The garlic parmesan are my favorite, and chicken wings are my favorite part of life. Many people don't know this, but it's possible to read something you don't agree with on the internet and simply move on with your life. Yeah, but that requires a lot of patience. I am not patient. They done banned me from the thermostat. Latest modern reconstruction of Tutankhamun's face. This is how ancient pharaohs looked. This is why I don't argue with y'all. Buying a $40 bottle of liquor in the club for $300 doesn't seem like bullet stuff to me. Just fiscally irresponsible. Did you mean to spell physically wrong? Well, you just aren't my type. There's nothing wrong with you. You aren't unattractive. You're funny, just not for me. Well, I'd rather be told this than led on and then get ghosted. How my husband and I decide on dinner sometimes. Worst sequel ever. It's not Harry Potter. Women's soap. Honeysuckle, vanilla, almond. Men's soap. There is soap that makes you smell like gunpowder. Campfire and whiskey. Bro, where is this? The company just went into liquidation. I got the last order. Chefs were forced to sign NDAs, so they can't ever reveal any recipes or updates. The man in the picture is 6'8" for a size reference. I don't have the exact measurements. $20 for the rug. Oh, it's sold. God damn it. They put music from the 50s and 60s in medicine commercials to appeal to the older generation, meaning sometime in the future, Despacito will be playing on a commercial for laxatives. Is there maybe a Kylie Jenner secret that we need to know? Just asking. No, I'm getting fat. Let me in peace. She keyed my boots because I don't have a car. What the hell is my life right now? She keyed my Lamborghinis, my Chevrolets. Their smiles? They are. They're both wrong. Me in winter. I don't do well with the lack of sun and cold. Me in spring. I don't do well with allergies while things around me thrive. Me in summer. I suffer in the heat and humidity like a dying hog. Me for the 2 weeks of autumn. Nice. Why does calling in sick feel like a crime? They definitely start programming us from primary school. Awards for 100% attendance. Shamed for being sick. It's twisted. Adult perspective. Me looking at the school's janitor. Ugh, he touches trash. Me now. Solid job security. Government benefits, only job in school that doesn't require speaking. Someone has been going around Austin, Texas, setting up night kings in random places. What's the saddest meal you can think of? Cheesy peasy. Babe, are you okay? You've barely touched your Darth Maul hummus. They are really messing these snails up. Scientists can erase specific memories from a snail's brain. People from boring towns be like, I know a place, and take you here. First day at Domino's. Manager. Oh, and one more thing. Don't smash the pizzas. Seriously, don't. Don't smash the pizzas, dude. I'm not. This guy's not gonna smash my pizza, is he? Not if he wants to keep his job, he won't. I paid for the whole PC. I'm going to use the whole PC. Sad because I'm unproductive. Unproductive because I'm sad. When people I know are having literal children. But I have a free Craigslist cat who stands up in the grass. Airport rules make 0 sense anywhere else. Take off your shoes while we check your bag for lotion. Arrive 5 hours early so you can sit quietly. Pay $9 for water. Just accept there's a bird inside for some reason. I love the moral of the ugly duckling. It's okay that you look different. There is beauty in your uniqueness. Your worth comes from within. Oh, you got hot. Thank God. I was just saying BS. They're just begging for a car chase. Take these with you. It will be important in your quest. I'll take them even if they aren't important in the quest. Ghosts are going to be crazy 100 years from now. Someone's going to be like, I saw a little boy in the hallway doing the stanky leg, and then he just disappeared. I asked my wife to share her queen-sized blanket, to which she replied she was a queen, and therefore the blanket was already at max capacity. I went outside yesterday. It's expensive. It's too many people. See you guys next year. Just got a fresh cut. Now I'm looking for the freaks. Does it come with butter pillows? Is anyone reading that description? Breakfast in bed? No. Breakfast is the bed. Sleeping on this giant 6x7 inflatable toast mattress is likely to make you dream that you are a pad of butter and that you are floating down a river of freshly brewed coffee. In reality, you should not use the inflatable toast mattress as a flotation device, nor should you expose it to the excessive heat. This piece of toast is made of plastic, not bread. So if you wake up and smell burning toast, you're probably having a stroke. Sleepover with your dominant girl best friend. I'm at the lowest point of my life right now. Hey, can you dress up as a lamp for Halloween? Yeah, but but why? Turns out, it doesn't matter how early I go to bed. I literally just don't want to go to work. In South Africa, we use your songs in funerals. Thank you. Doja Cat, Ariana Grande, and the middle lady? I don't know. Massive McDonald's playground. Will need dismantling for transport. This has got to be at like McDonald's outside. They just want to steal it. $5,000. How much would this actually be worth? Like being real. Probably costed $1,000 to make. A bakery in East Earl crafted a life-size, deer-shaped wedding cake for a couple. I wouldn't want to eat it, it's so good. At some point, it became socially acceptable for sandwiches to be $20, and that's not okay.
But it's sourdough with organic avocado.
So it's a mini marathon for gender equality, but men run 10k, women run 5k. The type of friendship I want. Making sure he's in the photo. That's nice. Sorry, Timmy. We needed a shelf. People born in 2003 are 23 now. That's crazy. American girls are really like this in real life. I'm not American, I'm Arizonian. Sir, you've got a very rare disease. How rare? You pick the name. Donates a kidney to save a life. He's a hero. Donates more than 3 kidneys to save a life. Police. If a person owns a piece of land, do they own it all the way down to the center of the earth? Is a fact. If you have oil under your land, it's the state's, but if there's a dead body, it's your problem. But what if the body's oiled up? Does he even realize I'm not texting him at all today? Finally, she stopped bothering me. Me, trying to solve other people's problems, knowing I am totally unqualified. Moment Judge recognized school friend and doc. Judge reunites with middle school classmate she recognized in bond court. Suspect faces judge who was his schoolmate for second time. Mr. Clean understands that your family is long dead and is here to help. What screams I have no life? Tombstone with your name on it. Somebody has a birth defect. Visitors of 19th century circuses. Do you think you could take a werewolf? Yes, no. In a fight? How is this even possible? She survived that, but not a car crash. The ultimate laser adventure. I love it when someone puts down their phone and just lives in the moment. Whoever designed toilet paper to turn red when you're done wiping is pure genius. My Discord kittens have been awfully quiet since the government shut down. Bathroom intruder. Yep, I can see why she's looking at him. It's him. We saw Pokemon Go as a teachable moment for how people should treat real animals. Kidnapping them and forcing them to fight? Kid, will you visit me when I get out? Lol. Nah, I hate graveyards. Not now, kitten. Daddy's Googling his symptoms. Daddy has 5 days left to live. Me at bro's wedding, wearing the most attractive suit to show him what he lost. Peas. Taste the pea near the wet. I was posing with my favorite actor, and some dude photobombs like he's the main event. He's my chemistry teacher. He wouldn't hurt a fly. What's your best revenge story? Guy at my high school started a rumor that he did the deed with me, and instead of denying it, I just told people it was really bad, and he accidentally shouted his mum's name during it. Making new friends as an adult is hard, because the people I get along with best are the ones that also don't leave their house. When someone's looking at me while I'm doing something, why are broke men always so worried about women taking advantage of them? My dad smashed my PS5, so I smashed his daughter. When you unplug the beeping things at the hospital, and all the patients start sleeping better. I don't own a Roomba vacuum, but I do have a dog who follows my kids around while they eat their snacks. It's the same thing. Best decoration ever. Straw dummy, $10. Leaning ladder, 0 from the garage. And 1 set of lights, $5. Freaking out your neighbors? Priceless. Me trying to see who the hell asked. Oh yeah, of course you can't see. These aren't even your prescriptions. Bro, me. His girlfriend. My girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. Please support my business. For more, like my page. Microplastics. What you're looking for is already inside you. The pilot on the flight today. I wonder what my pilot's reading. How to fly a plane. I had to break my neck to read that. Ow. My sister just got married. She asked me to save her a newspaper from her wedding day. It's a tragic mistake. Boner. Morning wood. Sunrise meets. You're under arrest. Sell his organs on the black market. Sacrifice him to the Minecraft gods. Christmas tip. Wrap empty boxes and put them under the tree. Every time your child acts up, throw one in the fireplace. What if I ran out of kids? A bonus baby. I would be surprised too if I suddenly gave birth to Jack Black. How to do the deed properly. To my friend who never lost his V card because he never loses. Just keep going, champ. What age were you when you first realized Barney Rubble was Captain Caveman? Chicago style pizza. I left you a surprise on your pillow. No way. I love you so much. You spoke too soon. Screw it. I'll just date my damn self then. You can do better. Why don't straight men and lesbians hang out like straight women and gays do? Because the guys will probably hit on the lesbians, being honest. Me in the afterlife, explaining panic attacks to a Viking who lost his family in a raid at the age of 6. And he understands it because he has sympathy, somehow. How to use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against a bear. In conclusion, now snap out of your fantasy and realize you died somewhere around step 2. You're not beating a bear. Shark! I really wish you didn't name him that. No, it's good because if you want to go to a beach and it's too crowded, this is a perfect solution. New convert. Sometimes I like to lie down in the shower and pretend I'm a sloth on a branch stuck in a rainstorm. Pasta. Once again, really weird but not a sin. Americans start using the metric system. They only use it to measure the diameter of bullets. It flies by so fast. I wish I had 2 Christmases. We have some news. Received a text from girlfriend saying she was breaking up with me. Imagine how relieved I was when a couple of minutes later she texted me, "Sorry, wrong number." Listening to my blind girlfriend's stories about her toxic ex after changing my voice for the 3rd time in a year. Dude, at that point, if you're not a perfect match, something's wrong, and it's not something you can fix. Estimate the heart rate when temperature is 98.7 degrees. 0 beats per minute because they would be dead. I couldn't go outside for 6 years after my boyfriend died. Finally out of jail. Dear Mister, to whom it concerns, for the people of, this is a public service announcement. Remember kids, an empty browser history tells more than a full one. When your mum looks calm in public, but she's got that secret grip on your arm. When your girlfriend's husband sends you a friend request. You remembered my birthday. An elephant never forgets. Enjoy your meal. Thanks, you too. Wait, you too? Even elephants get like that. When you turn the shower knob a bit warmer, just a tiny bit warmer, too hot, you're dead. Them. How long ago did your OCD issues begin? Me. Has anyone told you how beautiful you are today? No. Better luck tomorrow. Don't you hate it when you clean out your freezer and find people you don't even recognize? Yeah, it's because they've got like ice all on their face. Anyone want to meet up and just scream? We could get food after. Me eating my white shirt. Let me taste it. You know how much trauma it took to be this funny? My soulmate is definitely going to hate the fact that I'm their soulmate. Support him mad at his lowest, and he'll thank you by cheating on you at his best. Hey, I bring nothing to the table. You're being honest. We call my grandpa Cheese, and I just found out why. Mum says I'm the reason everyone calls you Cheese. Is that true? Yeah, I wanted to be called G, short for grandpa. But when you were little, you thought G and cheese were the same word. You just started yelling cheese every time you saw me. That's really cute. Yeah, real cute. I fought in Vietnam, saw unspeakable horrors, and for the last 30 years, everyone's called me Cheese. Hey girl, are you a Rubik's Cube? No, why? Because screw you, you stupid little piece of... What? Still don't believe in evolution? And just like that, Thanksgiving is complete. It's a triangle. It's not what you think it is. Stop playing God. What, by cutting cacti? Should I replace these 2 times 2 with something thicker? Trump cuts US aid to 3 Mexican countries, Central and South America, according to Fox News. I had an elderly boss who got scammed out of $5K in a "your Mac is infected" call. I told her it was a scam, plus reported it to Chase Credit. That night, she called the scammer, angry. "I'm sorry." He said, "I'll refund you. What's your debit card info?" Guess what she did? Oh no. Where's your husband? In the garden? I didn't see him. You need to dig a little. Her. I'm anti-racist. Her friends. Him. I'm racist. His friends. If an individual has never tried broccoli, and another has tried it once, and both say, "I do not like broccoli," who has the more valid claim? In this essay, I'll explain why it is more straight to smash a dude once than not at all. I mean, you don't gotta experience things to judge whether you like. Actually, not everything, but yeah, maybe not in this situation. I don't think these two are comparable. Met my daughter's teacher tonight. It was heartbreaking. She was working at her second job. Teachers are the most underpaid, underappreciated, yet most valuable people in the world. So anyway, I gave her $50 for a dance, so I'm doing my part. I work with a Chinese guy called Kim, and one time we were having a drink, and I said to him, "Do you ever get fed up of Westerners saying that all Chinese people look the same?" He replied, "Kim's at the bar getting the drinks. I'm his wife." One of the greatest comebacks of all time. "Hey, Ben, Kevin's girlfriend this side." "Oh, hi, Emily." "What? My name's Lisa. You're Kevin Carson's girlfriend, right?" "No, Kevin Robson." "Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, Lisa." While recording crying sounds for Dill Pickles on Rugrats, voice actor Tara Strong was stopped by producers because her crying was so realistic, it caused a woman in the studio to lactate. If Reddit existed in 1919. What kind of questions would be asked her? Help me decide if I should go to art school or get into politics. British guys learning hacking so they can be racist and goon without a VPN. You get put into a room with an absolutely identical clone of yourself, memories and all. Only one of you is allowed to leave. How would you defeat yourself? Listen, only one of us can die. Since I'm the original and you're the clone, I've wanted this for much longer. Here are my phone, keys, and wallet. Best of luck. When you're dark and twisted, but you still manage to be the life of the party. Companies are bragging about making plants taste like meat. Cows have been doing that forever. Because I was late to the cannibal feast, they gave me the cold shoulder. For a limited time, you can get Disney on Ice presents Bambi. Do not buy any Marvel action figures this year. Call me an ambulance. You're an ambulance. So, anyone got a good idea for something fun we can do on my birthday? I've already heard laser tag, which, let's be honest, is pretty hard to beat. You could each go to a different car dealership. You know the ones that give you free coffee to make you feel at home? And take the same make and model car out for a test drive, along with a smooth talking salesman, of course. And then meet up with each other at a predetermined location. Park the cars around each other to form an inescapable ring. Then, you put all the salesmen together in the middle with some gladiator-style weapons and tell them that you'll buy a car from whoever lives. It's cheaper than a movie and there's free coffee. If you're sleeping and someone blows air on your eyes won't react, but if you're awake, they will flutter a bit. That's how I learned if someone is really sleeping. Learned it from my scout leader who is now in prison. In East Africa, army ants are used as natural sutures. The ants' jaws are so powerful the natives use them to staple wounds together by forcing them to bite them and then breaking off their body. You shouldn't eat meat. Don't worry, it's plant-based. That's awesome. Which plant? The meat processing plant. No comment. Is that fricking Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? When your pee splits into two streams and twirls into a DNA shape. Me, when I see someone pointing at me in a conversation. Man arrested for creating fake bands with AI, then making 10 million by listening to their songs with bots. Love the idea of a gambling addiction. What a beautiful thing to have so much hope. Jeff, I think you should play the role of my father. I don't want to be your father. That's perfect. You already know your lines. In what world would I feed an alligator? In what world wouldn't you What's the source again? Asmongold says showering was one of the worst decisions of his life. That's gotta be rage bait. This dude has to shower, come on. Man who faked being a lawyer won all 26 of his cases before being arrested. Who are you? I'm the father. Of the groom or the bride? Both. Is this true? Funny guys are dangerous. They'll make you laugh and then boom, you're naked. This is 100% why I stopped listening to my dad's jokes. Me buying a dog collar and leash. Cashier asking what breed I own. When you're home alone doing some weird stuff and hear a key in the door. You know the saying, third time's a charm? Yep. Well, Germany lost twice. Olives, olive oil, extra virgin, lightly smashed? What's even how is an olive a virgin? Dad, you must be hella tired today, but don't worry about it. I will beat my mum and bring you a beer. Passing down generational knowledge. This is how I'd be using this urinal. When I donate blood, I don't extract it myself. The nurse does it for me. I understand, sir, but this is a sperm bank. It doesn't work that way here. How my professor looks at me when I leave the exam paper blank and only write his affair's name and his wife's number on it. If violence is never the answer, why did God give me 5 knives on each paw? And that's why I'm a vegetarian. Month 5 of the mysterious person on Threads giving me a rotisserie chicken allowance. This month, they added candy. I have a question. Can gym delay periods? If the male gym trainer is involved, yeah. Would you rather take $15 for every poop you've taken, or $25 for every poop you will take starting now? $15 for every poop I've taken, because $25 won't be worth as much, because you gotta beat inflation. AI software, 5 seconds after having no restrictions or censorship. Experience. I dressed up as a superhero for Halloween and then saved a man's life. Dark sense of humor can be dementia warning sign. Every single member of this group. You want a conspiracy theory? Well, I'll give you one. Share the most stupid thing you've ever done. I'll go first. Be me. 23 days ago. Drive drunk as hell, run a red light, ram into a cop car at 20 miles per hour. Cars are not too damaged. Drunk mind is scared. Unable to think of a reason, stab myself with my pocket knife before the cop comes over. Hide knife in glove box. Say, I had been stabbed, officer. Cop gives me a ride to the nearest hospital. Crisis avoided. That is insane. People whose jobs require them to enter someone else's house, such as plumbers and electricians. What was the weirdest thing you've seen at a customer's house? My wife. You know what? The green heron is basically the best heron because it's like 90% neck. So when it all gets folded down, it looks like a giant head with wings and legs. But then suddenly, zoop, Green herons. You idiots can all drown, shouts Oscar, as his only home begins to float in the historic flood, thanks to his years of garbage buildup effectively waterproofing his can. Not my mum telling me she still talks to my ex, because I still talk to her ex. Ma'am, that's my dad. Your greatest weakness? Interpreting semantics of a question but ignoring the pragmatics. Could you give examples? Yeah, I could. If you just shave their hair, turn into snakes. Wait, yeah. I've never seen an animal which looks like that. And I've made like 4 reptile meme videos and I've been alive for 21 years. Is that AI? When the hand sanitizer smells like the bottom shelf vodka you drank in college? A core memory. Oh, that's specific. I've been dropping these behind me while I walk in public. I considered selling my weapons back to the government, but after a background check and thorough investigation into the buyer, I determined the buyer has a history of violence and is mentally unstable. Big risk to everyone around it. If you're having a bad day, here's a dog eating an ice cream cone for the first time. Took some grease off my pizza today with a napkin, so if you guys see me looking skinny tomorrow, don't be alarmed. When I'm watching a show, and the episode where the new seemingly innocent character who causes trouble and blames it on the protagonist and all the other characters believe them, and act like a-holes to the protagonist comes on, I wonder why we live longer than men. Yeah, me too. My coworker carries a taser that she says she doesn't let men hold anymore, because they immediately attempt to shock themselves to see if they can take it. I found this out when I asked her to see it, fully intending to shock myself. I want to see if I can tank a taser. Place! Me choking on my saliva for no reason. When I catch myself about to do this, I just like